like Porsche. Yeah, CEO Mo, what the fuck, free young thug hoe. Yeah, at the trap with the keys in the flow. I don't wanna sell peas no more. Yeah, let my motherfucking nuts hang low. If she leave, I'ma cut that hoe. Put her in coach, fuck rainbow. I'm selling white girl, fuck that hoe. A nigga mad cause I fuck this hoe. Give me arts, not humpback hoe. Cook it right, he gon' jump back hoe. If we pussy, we gon' jump that hoe. This CEO flow like Gucci. This CEO flow like Jigga. Put a bitch nigga trunk of the Porsche. 8K make it run like Porsche. Yeah, put a bitch nigga ass in the morgue. That Glock got torqued like Porsche. Right. This CEO flow like Gucci. Yeah. What's up, yo? Ho, catch them in the street, stretch them like a dough roll. Calabasas jeans with the fucking logo. Calabasas jeans with the fucking logo. Yeah, Calabasas jeans with the fucking logo. Calabasas jeans with the fucking logo. What's up, chat? How y'all doing? Man, we finna get into it in a minute. What I'm trying to do is, where that other song I had with GucciMane from the yeah, man. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Robert, that is not cool, man. What's up, Rob? What's up, boy? Man, not much. Yeah, we gonna talk about the Carmelo Anthony situation, and we definitely gonna start it off though with this Pooh, Shiesty and GucciMane situation. Everybody know the history of Memphis. YoGotti allegedly wanted Dolph dead, right? And it happened. Now, if nobody knows, young Dolph of Memphis and GucciMane was best friends. When young Dolph died, GucciMane put out a song, saying rest in peace and saying bye to his friend, young Dolph. Dolph never liked Gotti. He had the song, Don't Play With Me, Play With Your Bitch. Young nigga, $1 million shit. That song right there is what blew Dolph up, because it was a diss song to YoGotti. Taking interviews and everything, talking about how Dolph supposedly slept with his baby mama. And this is the thing. YoGotti tried to date Keisha Dior. This time, before the last time that GucciMane was locked up, YoGotti was trying to date Keisha Dior before GucciMane and her was married, and they was just dating, right? And YoGotti, he never liked GucciMane because GucciMane always supported Dolph, right? So I believe that YoGotti knew that GucciMane wasn't gonna let Pooh Shiesty out of his contract, so he used Pooh Shiesty. Yeah, man, if you can get yourself out of that contract, when YoGotti could have got Pooh Shiesty out of that contract, YoGotti could have paid Gucci to let Pooh Shiesty go. But you know why YoGotti paid Gucci? Because YoGotti doesn't like GucciMane. So what he do? He used Pooh Shiesty. When Pooh Shiesty, I believe, this is what I believe allegedly happened. I believe when Pooh Shiesty just got in the studio with Gorilla,
and did the main song and recorded the music. I believe YoGotti was there and told him, look, man, you got to get yourself out of that contract. I got 7 figures for you to sign. If you can get yourself out of that GucciMane contract, man, well, can't you pay? Hell, you know I don't fuck with Gucci. So look, Jake, if you can get them to sign, man, how we get them on track? YoGotti tell his ass, man, shit, it don't matter by any means necessary. Shit, if it was me, I'd put a gun to his head and tell him, sign the fucking contract. So watch this. By Pooh Shiesty putting a gun to GucciMane's head, making him sign a contract under duress, I believe it was Gotti's plan to kind of destroy the street character of GucciMane. Gotti a slick motherfucker. He used his brother to be the face of the orchestration of young Dolph's murder. He used his brother, man. Yeah, go to government, man. Shit, if you need 100,000, 200,000, 50,000, I got you. When the whole time he was planning on his brother being the face, he was planning on his brother, ex Jacob. I'm finna report your ass. Get the comments talking about Dolph before you get your ass beat. Yeah, you could come to Memphis, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you? You can never come to Memphis, nigga. You an internet beefer, nigga. You sit behind a motherfucking phone on the internet, nigga, talking shit about dead people. You just like these ass young black niggas that do drill rap. Nigga, that's why Lil Durk ass locked up right now and ain't now nigga helping Lil Durk. All that drill rap shit. Stupid ass. Nigga, young Dolph took care of the whole Memphis. Took care of the whole Memphis, nigga. You want to sit on here and disrespect? This ain't the place to do that. We don't disrespect nobody who did, even if we don't like them. Hey, Hazel. Yeah, Memphis do have a lot of history. Man, from the music community all the way to black history. You know, this King, the old blues singer, this is where he got his first piece of stardom here in Memphis. Everybody know this is where Elvis was born. This is where Elvis lived. We got his mansion on Elvis Presley, street named after him. He got a whole community. Graceland here in Memphis is a whole community that Elvis built, right? Elvis, he had his own plane. See, people talk about, like, nowadays people famous and they rich, they have jets. Elvis has had a fucking 745 airplane. He had the big body airplane, and guess what? Out there on Elvis Presley, in the Graceland community, we got this big ass airplane parked right across the street from his house, and it's open like a museum exhibit for people to walk in the airplane and see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he switched up the inside, put a bar and all of that type shit in the room and all of that. But it's like, this nigga had a house in the air. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of history here in Memphis. We have the infamous Beale Street, where a lot of blues singers like B.B. King got their first piece of stardom. It also is where the first movie theater and the first theater was ever built in Memphis, called the New Daisy, right? Well, it's called the Old Daisy. We have a club from it though, called the New Daisy. It's kind of like a theater, kind of like an event hall. where famous people can come and perform and have a smaller, intimate crowd of like, I say 200 to 800 or almost 1,000 people. Um, we have the Minglewood Hall. That's a place where a lot of indie rock artists get their stardom from. It's also a place where when Drake first came out with So Far Gone and Thank Me Later album, Alicia Keys and Jay-Z featured on. That's one of his first performances, big performances in Memphis, was at the Minglewood Hall before he started taking over arenas. Yeah, and the infamous Dolph, this is where YoGotti trick ass is from. This is also where 3-6 Mafia, the big group, they're from Memphis. This is also where A-Ball and MJG is from. Lecrae, the gospel rapper, who now has music all through movies and stuff like that. This is where Lecrae is from. Yeah, he started here. A lot of beat makers. This is where Take Keith is from. Rest in peace, Take Keith. He just died, right? And I hate the way that fucking getting high off air. Yeah, thank you, Hazel. Yeah, we have a lot here. Oh yeah, and I can't forget, this is also where Justin Timberlake is from. Justin Timberlake, he still gets down in Memphis though. Our famous hotel, Peabody Hotel, where we have an event for the grown and sexy crowd. You have to be 20 or older to get on the rooftop. They have a rooftop event at the Peabody. Right, you have to be 25 and older. They have bars set up all around it. That's where Justin Timberlake's office is. Right, he has his label office there at the Peabody. He keep his 2 Maseratis parked out in the valet parking. He has a black Maserati with red insides. I mean, with orange tangerine insides, dashboard and all, and then he has an orange Maserati with all black insides. It's like he took the inside from each Maserati and switched it over, right? This is where Justin Bieber, when he first became famous, when he was in the airports and stuff, and people used to stampede his family trying to get to him, his security and stuff. Justin Timberlake flew him out here to Memphis to his Peabody office to try to sign him, along the time that Usher was trying to sign Justin Bieber. But I believe Justin Bieber made the wrong choice when he decided to go get signed, because he signed to Usher, and Usher helped him to push himself into the hip hop industry, when Justin Bieber should have stayed in the R&B industry and went straight up to the top, right? When he was supposed to continue, Justin Bieber is supposed to be the biggest world star right now as far as male singing, but instead it's to me it's Bruno Mars, right? Justin Bieber was supposed to be where Bruno Mars is right now, and Bruno Mars, it wouldn't have been where he is right now if Justin Bieber would have stayed straight path and signed to somebody more like Justin Timberlake, someone who's gonna push him across the world. And when he wants those hip hop features, Justin Timberlake and the label would tell him, no, you don't need hip hop features. You're bigger than everybody in hip hop. So to give hip hop features, you would be bringing those people up. They wouldn't be uplifting you, Justin Bieber. And that's exactly what you did. Usher didn't talk you against that. Your label that Usher has, it didn't talk you against that. And you fuck around and you started doing all these different kind of drugs and wigging out in public, and you started hating the paparazzi. I mean, come on, and it ruined your career. I mean, you were supposed to be on. Justin Bieber should have been on um, Taylor Swift and Drake's level. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Taylor Swift, she's the biggest female artist that ever existed. I know a lot of people thought it was Beyonce, but it's not. It's Taylor Swift. And shout out to Taylor Swift. She's an amazing person. She retired at such a young age. She retired and went on her last tour. And before she retired every single person that works for her, from background dancers to the band to her PR team. She retired all of them and gave all of them over, I think it was 1 million, or it might have been 5 or 7 million that she gave each one of them. May have been way more than that, but she gave them enough money, each one of her employees enough money to live the rest of their life uh, as comfortable as they wanted to. So shout out to Taylor Swift. But yeah, that's just a little background on Memphis. Besides the new artists, Moneybagg Yo, Glorilla, Big Boogie, all of these people that Yo Gotti has signed that's from Memphis. And that's another thing. Yo Gotti, I believe Yo Gotti, okay, basically made Pooh Shiesty crash out on some crash out dummy shit, which gave GucciMane another hit, right? Um, and then I believe after he made Pooh Shiesty crash out, which he wasn't really even interested in signing Pooh Shiesty, he was interested in signing Big 30. The 7-figure deal, I believe, that Big 30 had, that his lawyer was asking him to be released from jail because he had a 7-figure deal on the table. I believe that was coming from Yo Gotti, because I've recently found out that um, Big 30's lawyer is Arthur Thorne. If you don't know who Arthur Thorne is, he's a notorious, well-known Memphis attorney, right? And his stardom came from being Yo Gotti's lawyer. Yo Gotti became a multi-millionaire, right? When Dolph died, the Cornelius Govan, I mean, not Cornelius Govan, but the young nigga named Cornelius, the one that did the talking, that took the plea deal and only got 20 years instead of a life sentence, and told everything that happened. He basically told the courts and the judge that Yo Gotti CMG paid for him and the straight drop dude's lawyers, right? But he didn't accept the lawyer, right? So the state gave him a public defender and gave him a deal, and the public defender basically helped get him 20 years, right? That the lawyer that Cornelius denied from Yo Gotti's camp was Arthur Thorne, right? The straight drop young, he never denied Arthur Thorne for working for him, and Arthur Thorne could not beat the case, right? He couldn't beat it. So the straight drop young nigga ended up getting life. Now watch this. The Arthur Thorne nigga is the same nigga that's Big 30's lawyer, Pooh Shiesty's big. And I got a clip from Pooh Shiesty. Now Arthur Thorne is trying to separate Big 30 from Pooh Shiesty and say, oh no, he's just friends. They just rap together. They don't even like what He's basically saying what Pooh Shiesty eats doesn't make my client Big 30 shit. They're not on. They're they're just friends. They're gonna do songs together. But as far as what Pooh Shiesty did, Big 30 has nothing to do with that. Right? Have Pooh Shiesty's phone that he recorded him robbing GucciMane and forcing GucciMane to sign this contract. Why did Big 30 have that phone, and when the police pulled him over, he smashed the phone to destroy it? It's not his phone. It's Pooh Shiesty's phone with the evidence on it. Right? Why did Big 30 destroy that fucking phone if he's not on the same type of timing that Pooh Shiesty is on? Yeah, he had no record. Big 30, he had no record. Pooh Shiesty had the record. But it's like, watch this. If I'm growing up with my friend and I'm more street than him, and every time we get into trouble, I take the charges, guess what? My friend ain't gonna have no record. I'm gonna have the record. That way, when we get older and I'm still getting into some shit with my friend, he's never having to take the charge. He's never getting looked at twice, right? I'm getting locked up. But we on the same type of time, and so guess what? Guess who taking care of me when I get locked up? My best friend. Putting money on my book, putting money on the phone. And that's the life you want to live. Huh, Pooh Shiesty, that's the life you want to live? You was just in the studio with Gorilla. If you had any kind of sense, Pooh Shiesty, you would have hooked up with Gorilla and y'all would have been the next big viral couple because Lil Durk put you on with the Back in Blood song. Lil Durk is the one who made the world listen to you. You only had the US on your side. Lil Durk was a world artist from doing features with people like J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? I mean, big people that's already world artists, right? And to be a world artist, it doesn't matter who you sign to. You got to connect with other world artists. Unless you sign to a mega label like Drake, Taylor Swift, Universal, Sony, those labels like that, who has influence enough to be able to broadcast you around the world. So no matter if the world likes you or not, these big labels are going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to broadcast you around the world and make you a world star, so they can basically make billions off of you. And that's what this is. So I got this clip. This is crazy. Of Pooh Shiesty basically telling in an interview that Big 30 is his guy. He say we on the same type of timing and we think the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's my dog. We loyal to each other. All of that type of shit. Which contradicts what Big 30's lawyer, Arthur Thorne, is saying. Right? Arthur Thorne wanna talk to us in the media like we're stupid. Once again, I just heard GucciMane. He said, Lord, please protect me from my friends because I got enemies. Yeah, he was talking about, he didn't know who he was talking about at the time. I mean, I'm sure he had a couple of people in his head, but he didn't even know the friend that he thought he had in Pooh Shiesty. Yeah, that's why GucciMane didn't die that night. Did you hear what he said in the song? Lord, please protect me from my friends because I got enemies. Yeah, some of those friends are in snakes' clothing. Some of those snake-ass friends are in sheep's clothing and he can't tell who is really his friend and who is really his enemy. That's crazy that he spoke on this before Pooh Shiesty even got out of jail, and in the same song shouting out Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano saying he can't wait till they get out of jail. Put money on their books, on their commissary. That's crazy.
Wishly with your inner. Both of them. They locked up Shiesty and Pooh, and I'm missing both of them.
Did you hear what he said? They locked up Shiesty and Pooh, and I'm missing both of them. Nigga, this how you do the nigga that's missing you while you locked down doing hard time, that's put money on your books. You get out of jail and you don't want to work for him no more. So you put a gun to his head and force him to let you go as an artist. Nah, this is some YoGotti setup type of shit. Shout out to YoGotti for being the biggest snake from out of Memphis. Yeah, I know y'all thought it was Pooh Shiesty, but he's learning from somebody like YoGotti. To be around YoGotti that much, and you come from being around YoGotti and you go to rob GucciMane. No, I'm sure you told YoGotti. Or I'm sure YoGotti told you, yeah, man, force that nigga. I'm going to help you take care of all of that. When, if you force GucciMane, got a heat advisory just issued for Memphis here. Everybody out in the chat that's in Memphis, heat advisory was just issued. And it's nighttime right now, but I'm sure that means tomorrow it's finna be dangerous heat out here. So y'all be careful if you're out here in Memphis. It's like, let me tell you something. Because people are unintelligent. Anytime you get signed to a label, right, and you sign a 360 contract, and you can't say that you don't know what the fuck you're getting yourself into. Oh, that money looks good up front. But if you sign to a 360 contract, the person who gave you the contract didn't fuck you over. You fucked yourself over. You know how many times people that want to be rappers, I wanted to be a famous rapper. You know how many times I've turned down a fucking contract because they won't give me what I want in the contract, which is 100% complete ownership of my masters. I don't care what that money look like up front, because if I sign to you and you're a big person, you're going to blow me the fuck up. And once that big money start coming in, I'm going to want a piece of it. And if I'm signed to a 360 contract, I can't get a piece of it. Listen to this.
Let's pop a bottle and toast for them.
This me.
We didn't make millions together. I got some more for them.
I pull your card. I am not your friend.
Bitch, I
Gotta win. Yeah, on Delta Road in the Range Road. Yeah, sell a lot of snow. That's a ski slope. Yeah, Imis make the streets treat him like Pooh. Yeah, 223 go wherever he go. Oh, make that ass clap like a drum roll. I got 100-round drum, let the drum roll. It ain't like I never been locked down before. This shit get scary when the doors roll. Catch him in the chow hall, make his face swole. Beat his ass off the set, he a weak hoe. Can't stay with a nigga like I'm Nino. And if it ain't shit, tend the keyhole. Catch him in the street, stretch him like a door roll. Valabasset jeans with the fucking logo. Valabasset jeans. Yeah. Nick could have signed to anybody. But guess what? I'd rather do it myself. And yeah, it's going to take me a while to do it myself because I don't already have a platform. I have to build a platform. But I'd rather be free than to be under a contract for someone who's really wanting to make their self a lot of money. The label don't sign you to make you money. The label signs you to make their self money. Pooh Shiesty got out with all of this fucking money in his hands, all of these videos and all of this shit, but you go rob somebody to get them out of a contract that you know you're still obligated to. Pooh Shiesty is the only artist of 1017 that had a McLaren. GucciMane gave him that McLaren. He's the only artist of 1017 that had the what is it called, the scat pack Dodge Durango. Those vehicles were gifted to him by GucciMane. Now let me show you something how Gucci didn't fuck him over. He fucked himself over, right? GucciMane come sign me for 100,000. So I'm the richest young nigga on 1017, right? Because he didn't sign nobody else for 100,000 but me. Everybody else he signed him for 50,000, 20,000. Gucci said himself in the interview he won't sign an artist for over 100,000. And Vlad asked him why. He told him, I don't sign people for over $100,000 because it's all about a budget. And if you come from the hood, if you come from parts of the ghetto or your community like I do, 20,000, 50,000 is a lot of money to you, right? So GucciMane signs you for 100,000, Pooh Shiesty, right? And he puts you under a 5-year contract. Now, from him giving you this sign-on bonus for 100,000, just say he said he's signing you for $1 million. You get a sign-on bonus though up front for $100,000, right, Pooh Shiesty? Boom, you bring out some songs, right? You do the Back in Blood with Lil Durk and it goes platinum, right? This song right here with Pooh Shiesty's stupid ass gets you out of your contract. No, the label know that you've made them enough money. They sign you for $1 million, give you 100,000 up front. You owe them 10 million, 360 deal, right? They own rights now. They own your masters. They own your YouTube, all your social media. So whatever you do on social media that's going viral, that money is not going to you. But the label never said that all your social medias that they own right now, the money that they make off of it, they're going to take it back. Like they're going to include that with the money you owe them from the contract. They just want ownership to have complete control of you, right? So you probably could have got out of the contract after you hit platinum because I know you made the label over $10 million. But what did Gucci do? He with a fucking McLaren. He also gifted you with a Dodge Durango Scat. Now he could have said, the label could have inflated those prices and said that he gave you $1.5 million to $2 million worth cars. He only sent you for $1 million. You owed him 10 times that million. If he just give you 2 new cars, don't you think that's going to add something, that a fee of what you owe him to your contract? That's just like people say, oh, Gorilla, she's rich. No, Gorilla makes some money now. Gorilla makes money on tour, but she's not really rich. Come on now. Listen, when YoGotti signed Gorilla, he didn't just sign her to a 360 deal. He gave her $500,000 cash on a jet. He signed her to a 360 deal. And the reason why he had that $500,000 cash is because he had his lawyer with him, but she didn't have a lawyer with her. All her friends that was in the video with her, that first one viral, at the red light, twerking on them headlights, hey, at the red light. All them friends, YoGotti said, don't let them on the plane. No, keep them outside the plane. This is the business part. I need to sign her, and we don't need no distractions. But really, he didn't want none of those people to influence her to not sign the contract. Like, hey, girl, he got his lawyer with him, and he's coming to sign you. Okay, thank you, Patriotic. It's the Hellcat Durango. Okay, they ain't got no Scat Durango, thank you. Yeah, so he didn't want no distractions on the plane, right? And she's so excited, she's signing for this $500,000. She owes him back 10 times what he signed her for, right? So that means YoGotti wants $5 million back from the 500,000 he signs her for, right? Gorilla didn't go buy herself no jewelry. Gorilla didn't go bust herself down. YoGotti gives each artist a CMG. Tell me why he gave Gorilla 3 CMG chains. So he gave her 3 times the chain debt that he gave every other artist. Then he put rings on all 8 of her fingers that spelled out her name. She owes the label for those. Right? Then YoGotti went and bought her a fucking Maybach truck. She owes him 10 times the amount of that Maybach truck. When the label does you like this, they're putting you deeper into debt because you're becoming the artist that they wanted you to become. You're blowing the fuck up, so you're making them more money, which is getting you closer to the end of your contract. But if they can do things and buy you more things and gift you gifts that will get you deeper into debt where you can't get out of your contract, that's what the label is gonna do. And artists are so stupid nowadays, they could sign to that label. Gorilla could have signed to YoGotti's label, right? She could have took that 500,000 and put it in the bank for 6 months. Then she could have came to the bank and said, listen, I want you to give me $5 million so I can buy a house. I want to buy a couple of cars. I just got signed by YoGotti. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a couple of cars. You only need 10% of the loan that you're asking for. I'm a very popular female rapper. Can y'all front me that $5 million? I want to buy this house out in Hollywood so I can have more viral moments on my social medias. I want to buy 5 Teslas and have an entourage of Teslas, Model Ys, that I drive everywhere in. Plus, I want to hire security and drivers so when I move, all 5 of my Teslas move with me to create viral moments to keep this loan money that you're all giving me right now, keep it coming back to you. Guess what? It's better to be in debt with your bank than to be in debt with a label, because your bank is not going 360 deal your ass. Your bank is going to give you the lowest interest rates on a loan that you could possibly get because you're their customer, right? The label, you're not their customer. You're not the label's customer. We, the society, is the label's customer. You're the label's employee. And if you've ever went to work, if you ever 9 to 5, if you're a good employee, the company tries to overwork you if you let them. Come on, man. Let me show y'all some, but listen, I used to be signed to Mr. Dale, the nigga that made the Ass and Titties song. Ass and Titties and Big Booty Bitches, huh? That Will Ferrell played in the campaign booth. Mr. Dale. Yeah, he was a part of 3-6 Mafia, right? He's still here in Memphis. He's a millionaire. Out here in Cordova, right? Before I was living out here in Cordova, I was signed to that man. That's the first contract I ever took. I was signed to his label, DMG, Dedicated Music Group. You can look this up too. Dedicated Music Group is DMG, and it's a label that's signed to Universal Music Group. He signed to Universal Music Group as a label, and he signed me. I went on tour with this nigga. We go 50 city tour every year, right? So I'm really traveling a lot when I'm only 15. I started in high school. Once I graduated high school, I got the fuck up out of there. I got the fuck out of that contract because I wasn't making no money, right? The label was promising me money. Oh, listen, you're a part of a group right now. So when the group dies and they no longer making enough money, we're going to give you a single artist contract. We're going to sign you as a single artist and drop you a single artist album. You know what? They told me that for 3 years. And every time I come to them, they pacify me by giving me a couple of $100, paying all my bills up, taking me shopping and shit at the mall, but they not putting no money in my hand. I'm staying in the best hotels. I'm out in Beaumont, Texas at Emily Morgan. Anybody out in Beaumont, Texas, y'all know what the Emily Morgan is. That's a 5-star hotel. And a lot of them really stayed in 5-star hotels. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones you really walk in the suite and they got the chocolate mints on your pillows and everything has a price tag on it. You take me home with you for this amount of money or for this amount of money. My sheets was $100 a sheet. The white sheets that's on my bed, they got a tag. You can take me home with you for $99.99. At a 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how long you stay there. Every night, every morning, they slip a bill under your door. I called my grandma. I called back home. I'm at the Emily Morgan. I called back home. I tell my Grandma, we at the Emily Morgan. I'm talking about it's so nice. They have, I love Beaumont, Texas. They have an underground river. Where I was staying at in the Emily Morgan, there's an underground river, right? Plus, across from me, I can see the Marriott Towers. They start off as one building at the bottom and they split off into 2 towers. They kind of look like the World Trade Centers, the Twin Towers, right? So I'm staying across from the Marriott Towers, where at least where I'm staying, I can see out my window the Marriott Towers, right? And it's like a club scene around in the Emily Morgan area because when I'm stepping out my hotel at night to smoke cigarettes and smoke my blunts and shit, like the streets are crowded and I can hear music and I can see people standing in lines and stuff outside of the clubs and shit down the street, right? So I'm in the Emily Morgan and I called my grandma and I swear I spent hours on the phone with my grandma. When I wake up, I order some cookies, right? I order some cookies and milk because they have room service. They have a 24-hour kitchen. But when I order the cookies and milk, nothing has a price tag on it on the menu. So whatever you're ordering, you don't know the price of it. That's just the perks of a 5-star hotel. You don't know the prices because you're most likely rich. If you're staying there, you really don't care about the prices as long as you're comfortable. When they bring the cookies to my room, it's a fucking tray of cookies with like 48 fucking cookies or 50 cookies on it. And they bring me a whole fucking pitcher of milk with 2 glasses. I barely eat the cookies. I eat like 3 or 4 of them. They real good and soft and shit and hot and fresh. And I drink some milk and I fall asleep watching pay-per-view. The next morning I wake up, they slip a bill under my door for the telephone, the cookies, and watching Bruce Almighty. That's the movie I watched, I'll never forget, on pay-per-view. And I'm supposed to be there for 5 days. Right? First bill they slip $469 for the phone call to my grandma that lasted a couple of hours. The tray of cookies with the milk and that one movie on pay-per-view. $469. Man, if I didn't call them folks to be there doing the show for, the little agent that they gave us, if I didn't call him with the quickness, he gave me his card and told me anything I need, call him. So I called him. I'm going off like, oh man, these folks, man, the hotel just slipped the damn bill under my door for $469. He said, Mr. Mitchell, calm down. He said, no, we're going to take care of all your expenses. He said, we don't mind. It's okay. And I was only like 15 or 16 at the time. He was like, it's okay. This morning, are you going to eat there at the hotel or you want to eat somewhere out? And me being a kid, I'm like, I want to eat some Burger King because Burger King was my favorite restaurant, fast food restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time, I'm just getting into the fame. I don't really know about how like money and shit. I don't really know how important it is to be making money right now. I'm like wowed by all the stuff that the label is doing for me. How you doing, Lone Wolf? Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hi, car. Yeah, so I tell him I want Burger King. He said, nah, man, this is Texas. Man, I can't let you eat no Burger King. Right? So they come pick me up, come pick Dale up from the hotel. Right? We 3 Lexus trucks deep. And they take us to Cracker Barrel, which is a breakfast spot for those of you who don't know. And it was my first time eating at Cracker Barrel. I hate molasses, but I love syrup. And man, I ordered the 3 pancakes, which is, it comes on your plate is about this fucking size, right? Your pancakes is the same size as the plate. And I didn't know that. And then I ordered the little sizzling skillet, which comes on a wooden paddle in a small cast iron skillet with the scrambled eggs. And it comes sizzling. Like you can actually hear it when it comes to your table. And I didn't know that they served molasses. I thought they just picked up the syrup and I poured it all over my fucking pancakes and it was molasses. When I bit the 3 pancakes, I spit that shit out so fucking quick. And they tripping off me. They like, what's wrong? Everybody called me Swag. They like, what's wrong, Swag? I'm like, man, that shit is nasty. What kind of syrup is that? They're like, oh, they serve molasses. Molasses is at the table. You have to ask them for pancake syrup because they're an old school breakfast spot. Boom. So I didn't eat those pancakes and I ordered a whole new pancakes. But just the experience from the label, what I'm telling you all is the label don't give no fuck about you once they signed you and give you that first piece of money. It's all about what you can do for them because you're their employee, you're not their customer. That's why they don't care about you. They care about buying the product that you're making for them. Right? So that's who they cater to. They don't cater to you. And man, look, later on that day, right, we had to do sound check and shit. So we drive out, we do the sound check, we coming back to the hotel. They're like, I want to get something else to eat. I'm like, yeah, some Taco Bell. Man, if they didn't go the fuck off on me. I didn't know. I didn't know Texas. I'm sorry. They said, man, don't nobody eat Taco Bell in Texas. They got so many authentic Mexican restaurants. Nobody eat Taco Bell in Texas. I was like, damn. Don't you know what? When I came back to Memphis, I stopped eating Taco Bell. I only eat at authentic Mexican restaurants like El Mezcal, El Patron. Um, I don't eat at restaurants like Happy Mexican. That's more of it then turned into more of a club. But just authentic margaritas. Yeah, I eat at authentic Mexican restaurants. Texas put me on that. Um, no Taco Bell for me, right? Real deal Mexican taco bowls and Mexican pizzas are my favorite. And the taco salad, right? Taco salad is what comes in the taco bowl. where they turn the tortilla into a bowl, like they fried into a bowl, put everything in there. That's my favorite. Since I didn't follow up on the end of my contract till the end of my contract, I owed the label. And when we went to court, the label dropped me because I had a lot of inside information on the label that I was planning on putting out. The label and the CEO that I was threatening to put out. So if you want your name to remain Christine, and you don't want people, you want to be able to sign people without people bringing up your history about bad contracts that you've done and all of this, you'll let them go. That's just like Molly Music. Molly Music, the singer, was signed to the same label I'm signed to. He's from Savannah, Georgia. For the ones who think I don't know him, if you do know him or if you know his family, you know that he's from Savannah, Georgia, and that's where he stays. So Dale took me with him out there to Savannah, Georgia when he got ready to sign him. He signed him. This guy had over 10,000 album sales the first week. We met in Nashville at CC's Pizza with one of Universal's presidents. And if she's listening to this right now, she's like, that's swag, right? She's knowing that this shit is true. We met at CC's Pizza. Now I'm sitting there in CC's Pizza looking around because Dale, he loves pizza. People in Nashville don't even know. And this is what I'm tripping about. I'm only 15 or 16, and I'm laughing because this is the president of Universal Music Group. And Dale is a big artist that signed to him. The same guy that made Ass and Titties. Ass and Titties and Big Booty Bitches. What? The 3-6 Mafia song. With him, DJ Paul, and Juicy J. I'm just laughing and tripping because I'm like, man, famous people will be sitting around people. Millionaires, multimillionaires will be sitting around people. And people don't even know who they are because they don't wear all the chains and the shiny jewelry. They dress in black clothes and they wear hoodies and shit. People not even paying attention because they don't know who he is. They don't know that this black woman right here is the president of Universal Music Group. They don't know who they're sitting around, right? And I'm just tripping. I'm sitting here tripping because of the position that I'm in, right? So she tells him, she said, Dale, what's going on with Molly Music? And it's not allegedly. What's going on with Molly Music? He just brushed it off, and at the time, I don't know what's going on with Molly Music, right? I don't know what's going on with Molly because he haven't answered none of my calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he basically just cutting us off. Come to find out from one of the assistants that Dale have, that I call my big sister, Dale had been getting over on Molly Music when they were sending Molly Music royalties checks to Dale's label, to his office here in Memphis, Dedicated Music Group. Dale was getting the assistant to deposit the checks and rewrite the royalties check to Molly Music. Just say Molly Music got 15,000, right? Molly Music got 15,000. They mailed the royalties checks to DMG. DMG would take the 15,000 and cut my $1,500 to $2,400 check. Molly Music, when his parents found out about it, they threatened to sue the label, right? If Dale did release Molly Music from his contract. That's because his parents found him a better contract where he could make more money. Akon wanted to sign him, right? You know what Dale did? He let him out of that contract. And when we went to Universal. I mean, when we went to Nashville to meet up with Universal's president, because she's trying to see like kickback, like they'll like you owe us money, you owe Universal money. You're the label. We're watching the artists that you signed. What about this? Because Molly Music, he was bigger. He was the biggest artist Dale had ever signed. She's like, what's up with Molly Music? And you brush it off, right? So she like, look, this guy sold 10,000 records the first week. That's bigger than most artists do when they have no traction or no, like people don't really know them, right? But he makes good music and peaceful ass singing songs. Dale had to let that man out of his contract, and he didn't want to talk to the Universal president about it when she was asking about him. That's why he just brushed it off, right? Tell me why a year later, Molly Music gets signed to Akon, and a year later, he's the special guest on American Idol. That's how big Molly Music made him that quick. I mean, that's how big Akon made Molly Music that quick. He already had the voice. He already had the sound. Plus, Molly Music produced all his music. Like, nobody makes those beats for him. He makes them himself. He plays the keyboard. He can read music and everything. And that is so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the labels don't give no fuck about you. And I experienced this firsthand as a young person, right? As a kid. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so all of that shit, trying to feel sorry for Pooh Shiesty feeling sorry for him. When he signed the motherfucking contract, he knew what he was getting himself into. You want to talk about Gucci took the money? No, he owes Gucci that money for every car that he's sitting. When he got out of jail, he set up all the platinum records he made. Every car he owns, which GucciMane bought, the label 1017 bought. And he had stacks of money this tall. You want to talk about what the label owes? Nigga, what do you owe the label? 3 more albums? Okay then, if the label owe you so fucking much, go in the studio. You're supposed to be the top artist of 1017. Go in the studio. Record 3 albums like Drake just did. Huh? What the fuck did Drake just do? Drake just recorded 3 albums because that's what he owed Universal. And guess what? He dropped all 3 of them at the same time, and Universal had to let him out of their contract. Want to sit here and cry for a motherfucker that put a gun to somebody's head and told, get me out of my contract. Nigga, that's not how it works, nigga. That's not how it works. Nigga, put in the work and get yourself out of your contract. Ain't nobody mentioning what Drake just did. Get yourself out of your contract. Baddest artist, the best artist. If you can take some time to go over to YoGotti them studios and record a song with Gorilla for her album, nigga, what about yours? You can do that for somebody else's album, but you telling me you can't do it for your own album? All you got is excuses for yourself? Come on, man. No, sir. Let me see. Let's go to receipts. Okay. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me a second. YouTube is so fucking difficult to operate on the computer because they got so many fucking options. Like, motherfucker, I'm just looking for my most recent videos. The most recent videos I viewed. And y'all couldn't even show me that. Gosh. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's why I can play that Gucci Man song. That's why I can play the Gucci Man song with me featured on it and I not get hit with copyrights or my live not get stopped. Because nigga, I'm on it. Okay. History. Yep, let me play this clip. That's not it. Lying about lawyers. Good educated. That is it. And it's probably the game splitter right here. Yeah, this it. Okay.
You can turn your newsletter into an actual business. You just need to stop using 5 platforms to do what one was literally built for. Beehive is the all-in-one newsletter platform to run your digital business.
Yeah.
Design your
Highly
newsletter,
chronic free
build your
Carmelo.
site, grow your audience, and actually get paid
Yes,
without
murder
touching a
is
line
still
of code.
illegal, Joe.
Beehive gives you a digital home base where anyone can discover all your content.
Because his attorney just did an interview.
Okay.
Get
Shout
exclusive
out my boy,
Combat 2 wallpapers
the game
for
spitter,
your PC.
for bringing this to us. Let's listen
Hey, Big
to it.
30, whatever you did with the feds to get that bond, remember, right before y'all got locked up, Shiesty, he told you how he felt about you.
Yeah.
What your relationship mean to him, y'all friendship.
You know, we go way back, like,
Now
that's
listen.
my brother.
Now y'all listen to this. What Pooh Shiesty said. This is what I'm talking about. The Arthur Thorne, YoGotti's lawyer, Arthur Thorne, that he sent to help Big 30. Arthur Thorne is taking an interview that's saying, no, him and Pooh Shiesty are just doing songs together. They're not on the same time. Like my client doesn't do that. My client doesn't have a record and all of this type shit. But here go Pooh Shiesty taking an interview right before he just got locked back up, saying that him and Big 30's friendship is the biggest bond a person could have with a person. Everybody coming in, y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. He's saying it's the biggest bond you can have with a person. He like, that's my brother. We on the same type of time. And like, I look at him as blood. His mom is my mom. His dad is my dad. So Arthur Thorne, what the fuck are you talking about? No, they're on the same. Big 30 is just a friend. Shiesty is just a friend that takes all the charges. That's why Big 30 has no record. They did shit together and Pooh Shiesty put it all on himself. Yeah, nigga, I did that. Because he was worried about, Pooh Shiesty was more worried about having that criminal background and niggas fearing him. My nigga, you a kid, my nigga. I don't fear you. Nobody in Memphis fears Pooh Shiesty. Nobody in Memphis is scared of Pooh Shiesty. Except for that police officer that claims he's scared of Pooh Shiesty. He's not scared of Pooh Shiesty. He's doing that to make sure Pooh Shiesty never robs GucciMane ever again, because it was his job to protect GucciMane and he couldn't protect GucciMane. That's why that security guard, retired police officer, is asking the judge, look, I'm concerned about me and my family's safety. No, he's not. He's concerned about keeping a job with GucciMane because he has a contract to protect GucciMane and he couldn't protect GucciMane from Pooh Shiesty. So to make himself better, to get himself out of that situation, he personally writes a letter to the judge to make sure that Pooh Shiesty don't get no bond. Not to protect himself, but to protect Gucci and show Gucci, look, I fucked up. I couldn't protect you when we was in that studio, but I'm going to protect you now. Y'all like the video and subscribe to the channel. There's no way that we got over 200 people in the chat right now and we only got 23 likes. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, now let's play this clip and y'all listen to what Pooh Shiesty had to say about Big 30.
Hey, Big 30, whatever you did with the feds to get that bond, remember, right before y'all got locked up, Shiesty, he told you how he felt about you. What your relationship mean to him, y'all friendship.
You know, we go way back, like, that's my brother at this point, you know, his mom, my mama, his dad and my dad, you know. And that relationship important to me because of the time we got invested in it.
Yeah,
You know?
your relationship is important to him, Big 30, because the time that y'all have invested on top of what?
The man he is, like,
On top
we
of the
like
man
share
he
like
is.
the same type of mindset.
We share like the same type of mindset. So you telling me, Big 30, this is what Pooh Shiesty is saying in an interview. So, off the thorn, what is you talking about that these folks is not the same type of person? That these folks, like Big 30, is not on the same type of timing as Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty just said we share the same type of mindset. Not only that, come on, man.
Same type of movement.
Same type of movement. So that means when Pooh Shiesty told Big 30 to go get that bag of guns, he's like, man, go get the bag. Big 30 knew exactly what he was talking about because Pooh Shiesty just said it. Man, we share the same type of mindset. We be on the same type of movement. When street niggas talk about street niggas like that, they mean what they say. When they say shit like that, they really believe it. If he didn't believe Big 30 was the same type of nigga he was, he wouldn't be friends with Big 30. And it looked like he been hit in the nose before. It looked like the bone to his nose is kind of crooked and bent over to the side. But anyway.
You know, we piggyback off each other and keep each other balanced. Like,
we piggyback off each other and keep each other back. Come on, man.
You know, we got a lot of people saying Big 30 must have gave the video information to the feds so that they rushed me. Because, you know, people going to say, how the fuck out of 8 people they knew to rush you about the phone?
Right.
But y'all got to realize Big 30 made it hot with the phone. When they came to lock him up, he destroyed it. So, of course, they're going to put all the attention to their phone. Ain't nobody else do that there. Because he made a big mistake. Of course, yeah, he recorded it, right? But he kept the phone on him. They didn't destroy the phone nowhere. They didn't duck the phone off nowhere.
Spicy Skittles.
He kept the phone on him. For what? Because they were finna go do that situation with Gotti. One, or they just want to look at it for bragging rights. Just like how O-Dog on Menace Society kept the tape. He was showing everybody the tape. Yeah, Big 30 and them, O-Dog, they want to show everybody the tape.
Gonna be a big ass movie star, all that shit. Look, I told you to stop showing the fucking tape.
A couple of prompts in, and I had a working checkout. No off-the-shelf system could give us what I built with Phase 44.
Our brand's name is 80 Summers, a premium swimwear brand made to help women feel good about themselves.
I gotta understand the feeling of getting off with that or doing that, because you're gonna think Gucci gonna keep it gangster. So this is why they flexing the jury, and because at the end of the day, Gucci ain't gonna go outside. He ain't finna destroy his whole empire by this shit. They not understanding.
Right.
But yeah, Big 30 made a mistake recording it, but he had to record it though, because Gotti needed to see that. Plus, they can distort Gucci.
And that's all I'm saying. YoGotti orchestrated this. YoGotti orchestrated this, and it was all to kill GucciMane's career because he hated Gucci. You ask me, that's the only other enemy YoGotti got left on this earth. Because he done killed everybody else. He done sacrificed everybody else. And it hasn't came out yet, but when it do come out, just like everything else that me and my Blocstarr analysts on this channel figure out before it drops, this shit gonna come out too. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Now let me find this shit. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm there. Yup. And yeah, I can't wait to start our live stream with OBS, so I can be able to give y'all the videos, because I got the computer, I got the OBS. I figured out how to work OBS already in just 2 days, but my internet connection, Xfinity internet connection, is not good for OBS. It has my voice all glitchy sounding and all of that shit. So I'm finna switch over. This next paycheck I get from work, I'm finna switch over to T-Mobile internet, because I heard they the best internet, and I believe I have a strong enough signal with T-Mobile internet to live stream through OBS where you all can hear me clearly. And my mic, my little bitty small pin-on mic, I got that coming. It was supposed to be here this week, but Amazon is not the company they used to be when they started. They're starting to deliver packages late. Even if you have 2 days or 3 day shipping or all of that type of shit, Amazon is starting to deliver packages late. They're starting to hire anybody to drive for them, because they're trying to fill up these delivery vans that Rivian is making for them. So they're hiring all of these young, let me tell the truth, they're hiring all the ignorant young black people. The ones that's driving past us in traffic with the radio playing in the Amazon truck, playing loud rap music. The ones that's pulling up in our neighborhoods and you hear, yeah, nigga, what? And you got somebody hopping out of the damn Amazon truck, and he done delivered 3 packages to one door, but it was only supposed to be 1 package delivered to that door. He that nigga his package and both of his neighbors' packages, and took a picture and said they delivered. And now you walking around your own neighborhood looking for your package that's supposedly been delivered, instead of Amazon contacting the driver and telling them, hey, you delivered 2 packages to the wrong door, go back and get them and make sure those people get their packages. Man, I don't even think Amazon firing these folks. And then they taking forever to deliver your package. Then they put in the gun, like they have a gun, which is like a cell phone, a Palm Pilot. They can clock in on that gun and clock out, because they take lunches during their routes and shit like that. These folks is clocking out, right, probably an hour, 2 hours before they even supposed to be off of work, and then the Amazon app sends you that your package is gonna be delivered at a later time or a later date, because these folks done bullshitted they whole shift inside of this truck, inside of this Amazon delivery van, and we haven't got our packages. That shit is crazy. So now I'm sitting here waiting on a motherfucking mic that I done ordered fucking 3 weeks ago. I'm still waiting on it. I just said I'm finna stop fucking shopping with Amazon. I'm finna start back going into the store. All of these, Amazon is not a fucking online store. Amazon is a tech company. That's why it's growing vastly and taking over all different kind of markets. This shit crazy. Motherfucker can't even deliver they packages right. Amazon, you should have just let FedEx stay at the top. Motherfucking companies so concerned with beating each other, they forget about their motherfucking customers that they done had since day one. I used to spend money on Amazon every fucking week. Every time I get a paycheck, I got something in my cart to spend with Amazon. Until I realized I was just helping Amazon kill brick and mortar and independent companies. Because we wasn't walking into the store no more to get this. We just go on Amazon. Fuck it. Let's just go on Amazon and get it. On some lazy ass shit. I don't feel like going to the store. Let's just go to Amazon and get it. Fuck Amazon. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, I said it. Fuck Amazon. Okay. Oh, they did say that. They said,
alert, radar contact, enemy unit. All heads to battle station.
On my way.
Immerse yourself in a thrilling naval story. Incoming aircraft. And assemble in
they said,
forced to sign release paper.
They said that this nigga, Pooh Shiesty, was having a sexual relationship with his probation supervisor who helped him set up GucciMane. So this woman, if it's true, and this is not allegedly, when Pooh Shiesty get ready to go to trial, this woman will be bought in. She probably already fired. You know what I'm saying? She probably already fired. Inappropriate relationship. Okay, who was fired for extending his day passes. Okay, so he had an inappropriate relationship with one of the probation supervisors who got fired for extending his day passes. You extend his day pass, and then he goes and fucking robs GucciMane. Put a gun to his head and threatened to kill him that if you don't let him out of this contract so he can go sign with CMG. You are already in a label binding a 360 deal. And you're going to put a gun to a man's head so he can let you out of this 360 deal so you can go be in another 360 deal with a motherfucker that's going to give you a little bit more money up front to be into his 360 deal. What the fuck is your stupid ass thinking? Man, let me out this 360 deal so I can go be in the 360 deal with YoGotti. You sound like a stupid ass nigga. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If we being frank, you sound like a stupid ass nigga putting a gun to somebody's head to let you out of a 360 deal to go sign another 360 deal. Now, I could see if you said, nigga, I'm finna do this shit on my own. Nigga, I'm finna be a single artist. I'm finna have my own label. I'm finna push this shit myself. But you putting a gun to his head to get out of a 360 deal with 1017 to go be in a 360 deal with YoGotti. Nigga, you must like YoGotti. You must want to date YoGotti. That's probably why your ass went back to jail. I ain't never seen a nigga go to jail so much unless they was gay and like seeing niggas all day. Because that's all you're going to do. You're going to see niggas all day. That shit crazy, man.
Man, this Pooh Shiesty case just got even crazier because the feds are now saying that this was not just a GucciMane robbery case. It's not just a contract dispute. They're saying Pooh Shiesty allegedly had inside help while he was on house arrest. And according to prosecutors, that inside help came from one of his house arrest supervisors. The feds claim Pooh had an inappropriate relationship.
Right. This nigga had an inappropriate relationship with this fucking probation supervisor. Oh my God. See, and that's the type of shit I be talking about. Fucking Comcast internet. Let me see. I do have that here. Comcast, that shit. Yeah, Comcast whack as fuck. Whack as fuck because how do your internet go in and out? Like this shit jumpy like a motherfucker. If I got on my Wi-Fi signal, internet signal, why in the fuck is the internet cutting out and it still got 4 bars? Let me turn on this other internet. I do have internet on my phone because Xfinity is fucking whack. Boom. Shit was supposed to be right away. Hold on, y'all. Here it comes. Yes, sir. Find this fucking video. Whew. Yeah, but this shit crazy. Okay, now you pop in. That shit crazy. Okay. Okay. Now where this one is crazy. And man, I am sick of seeing these women online. Motherfucker, you are online. Put some clothes on. Why you got pajamas on? Ain't nobody supposed to see the pajamas you wear, goddammit, unless they live with you. Like, motherfuckers take private moments and put them out in the open. I'm trying to figure out, how do they even believe that a man is gonna marry them or wanna be with them? Bitch, I seen you on the internet all day. Just like my uncle seen you on the internet, just like my brother seen you on the internet, just like my cousin seen you on the internet. If I got a woman, I'm not sharing her with nobody. So she gonna get on the internet and share herself with everybody? That's not your bitch, dawg. That's the internet's bitch. That shit crazy. I mean, and they think they worth something. How is you worth something when you showing everybody your private parts? Girl, fucking. I need a fucking lady. Not a thought. Little Scrappy trying to come out with some music. No. Okay. Now, let's get back on Carmelo, because this is what my people want to hear. So let's get back on this Carmelo shit, because that's enough.
Let's deal with Cyrus and Rick Child situation. What, in your opinion, happens in this Rick Child case?
The ghost of Latasha Harlins. Grainy security camera videotape graphically depicts the last few moments of 15-year-old Latasha Harlins' life. Store owner Sunja Du thought 15-year-old was going to steal some orange juice.
Latasha was an A student, honor roll student. She got money every week for her allowance, so she did not have to steal orange juice.
Shot in the head over an item from the store that she didn't even steal.
Latasha Harlin. I never even heard of that story, but from the pictures, it looked like this shit happened back in the 80s or the 90s. A store owner shot this 15-year-old black girl in the head, Latasha Harlin. Said that she was trying to steal some orange juice. He comparing that to the Rick Child incident where he shot the young man in the back and killed him. People get life sentences for shooting criminals that break in their house in the back. Rick Child got nothing. And that's why wherever Rick Child is, damn near everybody that's his ethnicity that has a business, their business is getting vandalized, windows busted out, and people are hating them. And I think with Rick Chow, I think the reason why he got off is because he played the card that most foreigners play when they do something wrong. Like when I'm at work, we have some Latinos, they'll be talking in English and making jokes and shit like that, right? And not doing their job. When the supervisor come around and start getting on their ass about not doing their job, they play like they don't know that many English words. They start looking crazy and they be real quiet. Then a Latino that's known for working will come around and tell the supervisor, oh, he doesn't understand English that well, when he really does. Like, I think that's the card that Rick Chow played when they was in court. He tried to act like, oh, he don't understand this and he don't understand this. My nigga, if you took the law in your hands, you had to understand the law. You took the law in your own hands, you had to understand the law. Don't tell me you didn't. And then they probably didn't give him that much of a sentence because they know he would die as soon as he go to jail. He would die as soon as he go to jail. Those black men up in there that's got life sentences and they done found out that you done killed a young black kid, talking about he was trying to steal some water, and you done killed him, shot him in the back. Yeah, they finna shoot you in the back. Every time you walk past they cell, they finna have you bend over and shoot you in the back, Rick Chow. Yeah, they gonna do some real criminal shit to you, like hospitalize your ass with a metal pipe because you done shot a kid, an innocent little kid in the back, talking about he trying to steal some water. So what? How much does that water cost? If he was trying to steal some water, Rick Chow, how much the fuck does that water cost? $1? $2? You got 137 bottles of water up in this motherfucker. Plus drinks and foods and shit like that. That one bottle of water gonna hurt you if he was trying to steal it. So you gotta shoot him in the back and kill him? Man, fucking please. People will excuse a motherfucker for anything if they believe that they're capable of doing it. I don't believe I'm capable of doing no shit like that. That's why people don't get excuses from me. I don't even excuse myself. If I do something fucking wrong and they ask me, why did you do that wrong? I always start it off by saying, I have no excuse. So I'm not even gonna give you an excuse. I have a reason, but I'm not going to take the time to explain a reason, because if I take the time to explain a reason, it's going to sound like an excuse still. An excuse is a demonic expression. I don't use them. I don't fuck with them.
And guess what the white woman got? Asian bunny, rice bunny, probation. Do you really think a 61-year-old man could chase a black teenager 110 yards and
That's another thing. The rumor is that the kid ran 110 yards. And people saying there's no way possible that this kid ran 110 yards and this old Chinese, Japanese, Thai man, whatever he is, chased this kid 110 yards, ran after him, point for point, corner for corner, then shot him. They're saying it most likely was his son, and the man is taken up for his son because his son ran after the boy and chased the boy and shot the boy in the back. Now, I can believe that. it sounds more logical. So my question is, who the fuck are the detectives on these type of cases? And are they young, ignorant detectives? Or are they older detectives that's just stuck in their way? Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Catch up to him. Andy Child, the son, was brother Cyrus Carmack Belton's killer. Cyrus should have been at a black gas station, and Carmelo should have been at a black track meet. We have no allies.
Kevin Hart came out after you criticized him. What is your response to Kevin Hart's position on the Netflix comedy roast?
Stop talking as if I said it. I didn't disrespect the family.
You should have been leading with that the whole time.
I don't need to.
You want to know you can't?
I don't need to prove to people that I give a
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I think with certain things,
not say it.
If that's the case, Lauren, why were 18 jokes removed from the final sets? Kim Kardashian joke removed. Donald Trump joke removed. Donald Trump wife's jokes removed. So if you can exempt Donald Trump, if you can exempt Kim Kardashian, if you can exempt Melania Trump, if you can exempt your children as you should, why couldn't you exempt George Floyd? Why couldn't you exempt Cheryl Underwood's vagina? You really gonna let this damn Neanderthal get up here and make a joke about a black woman's vagina when a black woman's body has been the most disrespected and objectified thing in American history? Our women been and abused, still in abuse, and you're gonna let this man talk under my sister's clothes on international television with over 13 million viewers, and you're gonna tell me to just accept it because it's just comedy? All right, when y'all gonna do this to a Jewish comedian? Nobody but a Negro will let white people stunt all over the pain and shame of the people's history and current predicament and laugh it off as a joke.
I apologize to Dr. Umar. I was thinking about purchasing his school and naming it the Robert E. Lee School for Whites Only.
How dare Shane Gillis, that Neanderthal humiliation ritual that he turned around after our black women sat up there and dealt with that disrespect for 3 hours. This little midget gets his monkey ass up there and he says, I'm glad my lady friends came out.
I'm not going to stand here in front of all these white people and disrespect these lonely.
This is how he closes out the roast. I wish you say something to me. I wish you say something to me. What the hell y'all doing crying about reparations for since slavery is okay to be laughed at? What are you crying for reparations for, FBA and ADOS? If it's okay to make a mockery of slavery, if it's okay to make a mockery of lynching, the only thing wrong with the roast was George Floyd. What the hell you need reparations for if it's okay for black white people to laugh at your pain?
What's up, spiritual? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they love me and I love them back. Spiritual said, Blockstarr, you got a lot of white fangirls, it seems. Stop looking at my subscribers. I love my subscribers and they love me. White women love Trump. I love Trump. So white women love me. And I love them back. Sorry, you guys. Hey, I'm finna roll one up. Y'all better start rolling
Doc,
up.
there's another thing happening. We've hit on it a little bit, but before we get to the child thing, there's another character, Jake Long. Have you heard of him?
Who's Jake Long?
Jake Long, I think. Yeah, Jake Lang. I'm sorry. He was outside of the Carmelo Anthony's courthouse. He's one of the people that actually got arrested for terroristic threats.
Yeah, Jake Lang, who Loon is finna get ready to talk about. Jake Lane was the guy that supposedly stood outside of court and said, what did they say he said? That's the dude that Charleston White, the time we listened to that conversation with Charleston White on the phone, said they didn't do anything to Jake Lane. Yes, they did. They locked Jake Lane ass up. He said this guy was walking outside the court, back and forth, panting, saying, they're gonna kill that They're gonna kill that little nigger. If they let that little nigger go free, they're gonna shoot him in the head. They locked him up for that. The sheriffs and shit out there, they locked him up for that. Yeah, Jake Lane, and they locked your ass up for that because that's a kid. You're a grown ass fucking man. Like, what is wrong with you? What's up, Huro? Yeah. Huro said he back, his phone died. That's alright. Hey, listen, I don't really get sick. I don't stay in the ghetto. I stay in the suburbs. I used to stay in the ghetto. I made it up. When Trump got jobs back in America, I went full time, like yesterday. So, yes, I do love Trump. And leave your questions at that type of pace, because if you step over, go overboard with the Trump questions or trying to offend me about Trump, I'm going to go off on your ass. And we're going to kick you out the chat.
Because he said white.
Court documents revealing that a prominent right-wing activist has been charged with making a terroristic threat to allegedly kill Carmelo Anthony. Jake Lang spent 4 years in prison for the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Our J.D. Miles with the exclusive new details from the Cullen County Courthouse.
We reported on this arrest last week, but up until now, it hasn't been revealed what led to it. Jake Lang was out here earlier this month with hundreds of other demonstrators. We learned today from court documents he was reportedly recorded.
You make no sense. Make no sense, Rusty. It's funny how a white guy talking about it gets him locked up. He wasn't talking about it. He was making threats. Making threats and talking about something is two different things. He gets locked up, but they let colored people out immediately after. The fuck they let out immediately after killing somebody that's colored? Name them. Don't just talk in this chat, man. Come with facts, my nigga. And come with facts to back you up. Talking about they let motherfuckers out. Ain't nobody fucking out there killed anybody. That's black. The only people that's out that done killed somebody that gets out right away is white people. Because of our laws, white supremacy. Our laws are to benefit the white people and not the black people. Who runs our government? White people. So, okay, that's where we're going to stop that at. Rick Chow just made it to where the Thai and Chinese people get let out of jail right after they murder somebody. And it's a kid. Shut your stupid ass up.
Reported on a live stream video saying that he was going to kill Carmelo Anthony with a gunshot to the head.
Fix your culture! Fix your culture!
These are some of the videos that show right-wing activist Jake Lang confronting supporters of Carmelo Anthony outside the Collin County Courthouse on the first day of testimony in Anthony's murder trial. It was on that day, June 4th, when authorities say Lang was recorded on video saying to someone, "He won't be playing basketball. I will be waiting outside this courthouse." Guess what? Headshot done. Authorities say an unidentified
Trump ain't pardoned nobody that killed anybody. Let me just say that, right? Trump pardoned nothing but rappers. Motherfuckers who famous. He pardoned Kodak Black, which Kodak Black ain't killed nobody. Kodak Black don't do nothing but do drugs and make music to influence young black people to do drugs. And he pardoned Lil Wayne because the feds tried to make Lil Wayne serve 10 years for having a gun on his tour bus, and this is a multi-millionaire. He gonna have a gun on his tour bus whether he can be around guns or not, because his name is Dwayne Carter. He's one of the biggest artists that ever existed, and he needs to protect himself.
identified individual responded, "So you going to kill Carmelo Anthony?" To which Lang reportedly answered, "Yes." The Texas Fusion Center, which was covertly monitoring the courthouse for threats, along with social media and live streams, used facial recognition technology to identify Jake Lang as the person on the video making the threat to Anthony's life. The 31-year-old from Florida was arrested while trying to leave the state and has been in the Collin County Jail with a $1 million bond, charged with making a terroristic threat. It's a felony that comes with a 2 to 10 year sentence if convicted. Here is a recording of the live stream which got Lang in serious trouble.
Jackson Hall. Yeah. Shout out to Jackson Hall. Jackson Hall said, I just got here and the first damn word I hear is drugs. And then I like, hell yeah. What's up? Jackson Hall, you alright, man? Yeah. Put past Jackson. I'm finna roll up a blunt right now. We getting into this Carmelo Anthony thing. We got a couple of haters in the chat. I'm gonna get on their ass though. No speed limit. I'm finna put your ass out the chat. Blocstarr is hella racist. Nigga, how am I hella racist saying that I love Trump? How am I hella racist calling every motherfucker that I talk to a nigga? When white people use it as a fucking racism word. Boy, you better kill it. Yeah, for sure, Mike. Let's smoke. We rolling up right now.
And I'll be working too. So you gonna kill him? Yes. So you gonna kill Carmelo Anthony? Yes, I will.
Now you just heard him say, so you gonna kill him? Yes. That was Jake Lang. So you gonna kill Carmelo? Yes, I will. This is what I don't get about it. This is an adult saying that they'll kill a kid because the kid made a mistake. So that means, Jake Lang, if your kids shot another kid or stabbed another kid out of fear and had to face time, you would kill them. You would kill your own kids because they killed a kid. Man, come on, what are you saying right now? Now you're supposed to be an activist, but you're fucking threatening a kid because of a mistake they made out of frustration. Oh yeah, you really immature. And I don't know why they call you an activist. You're childish.
Lang has a history of arrests since he was pardoned by President Trump after spending 4 years in prison for the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. At the time of this latest arrest, authorities say Lang...
Oh, and this one of the niggas. Oh, I bet Trump don't like that. They give my president a bad name. I bet Trump do not like that. Jake Lang is one of the niggas that stormed the White House. Jake Lang is one of the niggas that stormed the White House. Yeah. That's the only people that Trump pardoned besides the rappers. He pardoned 3 rappers. I don't know who else it was besides Kodak Black and Lil Wayne. And then he pardoned all the people that was the May the 6th thing or whatever the fuck month that was, that they stormed the Capitol after Biden administration cheated in the polls to take Trump out of the White House. Jake Lang was a part of that. So most likely that happened 6 years ago. That's how he became an activist. That's where he got his name from, right? That's who he is. That's where everybody knows him from.
Lang was already violating a criminal trespass warning he received outside the Collin County Courthouse 2 days earlier, which banned him from the property for 30 days. CBS News.
Oh, so let's just say that. That's what really got him locked up. He had already been banned from the property outside of the courthouse for the shit that he was saying and doing out there. But he came back. He was banned for 30 days, but he came back before those 30 days was up. And they locked his ass up. Not just for saying he'll kill Carmelo Anthony, but they really locked him up because he was banned from their area.
Texas.
If you're going to say free all the murderers, say it the right way. Free all the murderers that was wrongly convicted. There's some people in there that was cheated on by their husbands, cheated on by their wives, and they killed a person in rage. Right? Because they wasn't logically thinking. But if you can excuse an adult for killing somebody, you can definitely excuse a kid. Look the cover photo for this live. Did you see it? Did you see Carmelo Anthony? He was a little bit younger, and he still played football. He was probably a freshman. Because the Cardinals, I think the Cardinals is the same folks he was playing for now. But just look at the picture of him standing there taking a picture with his mom. Does he look like he's the type of violent person to just take a person's life? Or does he look like someone who would be scared, and if they were put in that situation, backed into a corner, that they would come out the corner, fight with their eyes closed? Yeah, Carmelo looked like he fight with his eyes closed, right? He's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And since he got this new team of lawyers, looks like this verdict is going to be overturned. You know, and some people hate it, but I just want him to be free. Because this verdict has already fucked up his life. This whole court situation has already fucked up his life. So if he do become free, all those football scholarships and shit that could have got him success in life, all the times he made honor rolls and principals lists, none of that shit account no more. You know what I'm saying? When he go to try to get a job and they see this shit on this record, or they know him from the news and the media, God damn it, they'll be like, I'm sorry, we can't hire you. And it's because you have too much media publicity on you. You're supposed to be for somebody who kills. It would bring us bad. Come on now. Yeah, he won't be able to live a good life. But he'll be able to live a free one.
It's discovered that Lang has an online...
But then again, he still won't be free. He'll still be under the umbrella or in a public case, because people will always bring up this situation for the rest of his life. Now, since social media outlets and the internet catch on to situations so vastly, you know, and put them out there.
And fundraising account that's collected nearly $50,000 on the exact same crowdfunding website as one that just days ago shut down an account to collect money for the family of Carmelo Anthony. Lang is scheduled to appear for a bond hearing tomorrow.
Now that's crazy. Lang was talking about killing Carmelo Anthony, and he started a GoFundMe for himself. To bond out of jail, to pay off the rest of his bond, which his bond was $25,000. It was $1 million at first. They lowered it to $250,000. You got to pay 10%, $25,000. He bought out a GoFundMe on the same website that Carmelo Anthony's GoFundMe was shut down on. And in 2 days, he raised more than $50,000. Right? You know, the only reason he raised over $50,000 in 2 days is because people that gave Jake Lane that money that was helping him pay a bond for threatening a kid's life, it's the same people that want to see that kid locked up for the rest of his life. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up that not people, but kids can make mistakes these days, and us adults, us people, hold kids accountable for every fucking mistake that they make. No one has sympathy in their heart anymore. No one has help in their mindset or their spirit anymore. People don't help people anymore. That's why when people meet me and they see me in person and they get a chance to talk to me, or I get them the time of day and talk to them, people be really shocked. And like, man, I haven't met nobody like you in a while, man. You're such a giving person. You're so nice. You're such a funny person. People don't laugh no more. Hey, Tara Matthews. Let me ask y'all this. Held accountable, right? Do you think the white kid was held accountable that stabbed that Latino kid 4 times, saying that he was going to put him in the ICU and receive 10 years? I don't want to hear anything else. I just want to hear if y'all think that white kid was held accountable. Now, if you think the white kid was held accountable, then Carmelo Anthony receiving 10 years himself for killing Austin Metcalf accidentally, that would be justice served. Now, that would be him being held accountable. Now, if you think the white kid who stabbed the Latino kid
in the same
premeditatedly told the Latino kid, yeah, tomorrow we're going to fight in the bathroom. He went home and got a knife. Came back. Latino kid think they finna fight. Latino kid throw the first punch. This man grabs the Latino kid arm and stab him in the stomach 4 times while saying, I'm gonna put him in a fucking ICU. He received 10 years in reckless homicide. Do you believe that was justice? Do you believe that white kid was being held accountable? If you believe that white kid was being held accountable, I don't want to hear nothing else. Because Carmelo Anthony receiving 10 years would have been him being held accountable. Because nothing he did was premeditated. Nothing he did was on purpose. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Court in front of the same judge, John Roach Jr., who presided over the Carmelo Anthony murder trial.
If this was justice, tell me why do you have 6 law firms teaming up together to review this case? Why would 6 law firms take their own money pro bono? Why would 6 law firms take their own money pro bono and pay attention to this case if justice was so-called served? Pooh Shiesty put a gun to GucciMane head, aggravated crime that you can receive life for in Texas. His friend Big 30, who went and got the bag with the guns in it, received a bond. Right? He received a bond so he could be able to bond out. But Big 30 knew everything that was going on. So tell me, why did he receive a bond? Why? If he knew everything that was going on, why did he receive a bond? If Carmelo was such a killer, see, Big 30 received a bond because he's not a killer. At least he doesn't have, let me not say that, because he could be a killer, bringing a bag of guns that he knew was a bag of guns. Big 30 Big 30 received a bond because he wasn't a threat to society. He has no criminal record. Watch this. Before Carmelo Anthony went to trial, they gave him a bond. Carmelo Anthony received a bond because he wasn't a threat to society. But then, once his trial starts, they treat him like he's a threat to society. While freeing Rick Chow, who shot a kid in the back for a bottle of water, giving a white kid in the same state reckless homicide for premeditating and stabbing a Latino kid. Now, that white boy would have probably received life if he would have stabbed a white kid, if he would have took a white life. But because he took a brown skin life, right, he didn't receive it. And all of us grown people are sitting here talking about kids' mistakes like they're premeditated choices. This shit's crazy.
In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News.
Because he said that if the jury doesn't get this right, I'll handle it myself.
A white guy
standing out. I mean, he was in people. This is what I'm saying.
You said he was arrested.
Yeah, he was arrested on terroristic threats, so he's in jail as we speak. He's also been known to hype up and be a great supporter of Chud the Builder, which we'll get to them responding to some of the things that you said as well. But this dude is a very interesting character. He goes and tries to push the limits on what he can say, and he's threatening. And so we saw the lawyer of Carmelo Anthony come out and hold a press conference about him, and that's what led to his arrest. So I want to talk about that atmosphere that's going on where white people are starting to do the Chud the Builder type of thing, where they are, like you said, being upfront and honest with, I don't like you. He was outside of the Carmelo. He hung from the tree back there. Like, he was saying that kind of stuff. And what do you say to black people on how do we handle these antagonistic kind of people?
Listen, I'm going to tell you what I say to black people. The thing is, don't respond. Because black people, when you respond to certain things, and it's not on the freedom of speech thing, like the haters that come in the chat, all my chat analysts, the haters that come in the chat, we get on their ass. We roast them. We put them out. I tell them instantly, get the fuck out the chat. And they can't talk to none of my chat analysts about how they feel or what they feel like they can change it. Chat analysts, whether they're haters or lovers, chat analysts can say whatever the fuck they want to in this chat. Right? But when it comes to somebody going against my chat analysts, especially the black ones, when it comes to someone going against them, the best thing to do is brush that shit off your shoulders and keep moving. Or else you'll end up yourself in a situation like Carmelo Anthony is today. And that's why I blame his parents. Because they... My grandma, rest in peace, Miss Minnie. My grandma, if she was still alive, she'd be at the courthouse beating me over the fucking head with a purse or whooping my ass with a switch right there in front of the judge. Like, what was you thinking to do this? And I would have been like, he made me mad. He had me scared, Grandma. And then my grandma would have said, how can he make you mad or have you scared when he's not God? Do you worship him or do you worship God? I worship God. How do you give another human dominion and power over your mindset to where they have you so-called acting out? The only person that can make me move is God or myself. So all of that other shit that people saying, y'all don't pay no attention to that. Don't pay no attention to it. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Well, they're trying to trick us out of our position.
First of all, we cannot be emotional. We have to separate what matters from what does not. I believe Chud the Builder.
And what matters for me is my family. I mean, I just got finished saying this. Like, we can't respond, can't be emotional. We have to be able to separate what matters and what doesn't. So what somebody says about me doesn't matter. Especially not enough for me to put my life in jeopardy where I could be taken away from my wife and my kids. Every time I wake up in the morning and I look at my son, he reaching out for me or he's smiling and he's only 1.5 years old, right? That shit right there just makes me smile, like to the point where I can't even stop smiling. That shit means something to me. So can't nobody trick me out of my spot.
This guy, Jake Long, many of them are FBI psych ops. They're being planted in the black community to trigger us to act in a disorganized fashion. Loon, we got to get organized. I believe there needs to be a national black militia organizing conference.
Yes.
Black Panthers, Fred Hampton Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Gun Club. All of them have to come together, get over their petty differences, and we have to organize black America in case there is a racial clash. I'm hoping there isn't, but climate. I'm looking at the climate, and in looking at the climate, I'm seeing three things that has me on edge for the possibility of conflict on.
Yes.
Number one, Pluto is in Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated with the Odu Osameji. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellion, the rebellious leader.
Hey, I'm in Aquarius. I'm not no damn sign of no rebel, no rebellion leader. I'm not no rebellion leader. I lead chat analysts. This is chat analysts. This is Blocstarr Imis Analytics. We are Blocstarr Analysts. Goddamn it, I'm in Aquarius, February 13th, 1991. I was born on a Wednesday. Nigga, please. Everybody said the rebellion leader. We gotta stop listening to this nigga. Nah, this nigga is getting out of hand, chat. This nigga is getting out of hand.
Astrologically, the universe is calling for a cleansing. Or should I say...
But, watch this. That's how you know future is a plant. Because what did he call himself? Pluto. Why does he call himself Pluto? Dr. Umar just told us.
A cleansing.
That's why the industry loves him and has him at the top artist. Right? A lot of shit that they be naming themselves be on some industry plant type shit. These artists and stuff. And that's why they have such a deadly influence. Future talks about popping pills, smoking blunts, drinking liquor, overly doing this shit, sipping syrup, but he don't do none of this shit. Watch this. His brother got caught up in a casino, got caught up in Atlanta in an Airbnb with over 20-something kilos of fentanyl. The shit was black. It was the first time I had ever saw keys of fentanyl. I stopped listening to Future music. I said, hell to the fuck no. My wife said, what's wrong? Why you don't want to listen to Future no more? I said, Future is the reason why kids in America is dying today. Said no one has that much money in free band gang to afford that many keys of fentanyl except for Future. So if his brother get caught with some keys of fentanyl in a motherfucking Airbnb, and this, why did the feds give Future brother a bond? Why is Future brother out right now? And why haven't we heard shit else about Casino getting caught with that large amount of fentanyl? We haven't heard about him getting locked up. We haven't heard about him going back to court or none of that shit. It's because motherfuckers like Future use their influence to be able to get in with cartels and motherfuckers that they know will give this shit to them. Yeah, Future is the reason why it's fentanyl all around down south. And if your kids on it, whether they white, black, Hispanic, whatever your kids is, you can blame that shit on Future. This is why he called himself Pluto. Let me let y'all hear that shit what Dr. Umar said again. But don't believe that shit about Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius, and we are not a militia here. We are not the rebellion. We are true analysts, and we take these situations and analyze them for what they truly are. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel. Chat. We just hit over 300 subscribers. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the chat analysts, and shout out to all our new members. We just hit over 300 subscribers. We're getting there, y'all. We almost at 500, so we can monetize. Yes, sir.
Through conflict. Osameji is the energy pattern we just talked about that brings drama, upheaval, and radical unforeseen transformations. Aquarius. I'm going astrology. In conference.
Yes.
Black Panthers, Fred Hampton Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Gun Club. All of them have to come together, get over their petty differences, and we have to organize Black America.
Yeah, shout out Huro, SGV. They're a new subscriber. Everybody give it up for Huro. Thank you, Huro, for subscribing. Don't forget to like the video. Yeah, man, we building the family. We building the family, man. Shout out to Jalen. Hero, he talking to you. Yeah, that sound kind of true now, Rusty. Shout out to Rusty Diggins. He said the Jews want us to fight so they can stay in the driver's seat. That sounds kind of true, man. Yeah, they run the money. They run the money, right? And if we all fighting, we're not focusing on the money. We're not focusing on being at the top. We're focusing on the fight. So the one whoever's not fighting is at the top because they're the ones who's most focused. Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Linda Mays. K&2. She just subscribed, like the video. Everybody give it up for Linda. Yeah. We got another new family member. Thank you, Linda. I love you. Oh, yeah. They are convincing blacks that they are oppressed. So that's the mindset that blacks have. But as you can see here, the analysts, we don't have that mindset. We don't have that mindset. Oh, yeah. They chopping us down and feeding us to their kids. Yes, sir. Man, I love my chat analysts. Man, y'all be hitting it right on the head of the nail with the hammer. Yep. Shout out Linda Mays. Shout out Zoe XZZ. Shout out Rusty Diggins. Shout out Hero SGV. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out all of them. They active in the chat. Y'all. Y'all gotta stay active because I am paying attention to what y'all saying. Even if I miss it and you come in it again, I to catch it. So don't ever feel like I'm not paying attention to what y'all saying, even if I don't respond, because sometimes I'm talking and sometimes I'm looking at the computer and I'm researching some things to be able to play next, to be able to put y'all on game. Yeah, I would be scared. And you're not disrespecting my grandma Grand Yak by saying that. Yeah, I would be scared, right? But I wouldn't respond how people would think. And it may jeopardize my life, but to me, I feel like I have a better chance of living. If somebody run up on me with a gun, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get down on the ground and I'm gonna comply to whatever they need. And I'm gonna try my best to not look at them or pay any attention to them. Man, what do you need? Where's the fucking money? I got a wallet in my pocket. It has a little money in it. You can have it, man. You can have my shoes. They're worth this much. You can have my pants. These are the Valabasas jeans that everybody like, man. You can have everything I got on. Just please don't take my life. I don't know what you look like. I'm definitely not going to remember your voice. Please just take everything and leave me be. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell them, and you have to watch what you say, right? So that's where I would leave it. I wouldn't tell the robber, please leave me be, man. Just take everything and leave me be because I got to make it back home to my family because I never know what the robber is going through. Maybe he just lost all his family. Guess what? He will be ready to kill me because I said, please just take everything. I got to make it back home to my family because he ain't got no family, right? That would strike jealousy in his heart. So yeah, I wouldn't react how people think I would react. If they put a gun to my head and I felt like I could get out of the situation, the only thing I'm gonna do to try to get out of this situation is run. Right? I'm not gonna try to fight them or anything because I'm not stronger than a bullet. A bullet could pierce my skin and take my life. I can't pierce a bullet and take its life. You know what I'm saying? And the bullet is not going to jail, right? And most likely the metals is going to be taken into evidence, and then when the evidence gets too old, it's going to be sold to a metal company that's then going to burn that metal back down and sell it to a bullet making company, which is then going to take that metal and turn it into another bullet. It's going to be in the cycle of life forever. Only way I can be in the cycle of life forever is by building. That's what we do here as Blocstarr Analysts. We build and we make, analyze choices, and we analyze situations for what they are, right? So the only way I'm going to be able to stay in the cycle of life is if I reproduce, which is have kids, right? And raise my kids up to think more logically and analyze situations as I do so they can have kids, right? And that's what's going to keep me here. But that bullet can take me away from here before I even get to have kids, right? Before I even get to start the cycle of me being cycled through life and remaining here forever. The way we remain here forever is by living through what we produce. You know, that's why I try to talk people away from not having kids. No, have kids. If you're not in a situation to have kids, which most people put in the situation to have kids when they first have kids, but watch this, when they have kids, those kids change them to where they end up putting themselves in a situation where they can have more kids because that kid made them do better in life. That kid made them want to work towards building something. At first, they didn't want to build nothing because they had no one but themselves to build for. And it wasn't enough of a challenge for them. But man, when you got that kid crying because it's hungry, you sympathize with that kid. Now you're like, what the fuck can I do legally to get that kid some milk and make sure that I'm here to continue buying that kid milk? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. What's up, C Breezy 223? Yeah, I'm still talking my bullshit. Yeah. What's up? Hero back in here. He said he's sure happy. Yeah, I already know you're happy because you're smoking one of these things, man. Jayla, you crazy. I see where Hero laughing at. Statistically, we're paying for your milk. Nobody's fucking paying for my milk, man. I work a 9 to 5. I work for a company called IPS Corporation. Well, I work for, the company I work for is called Legacy, which is a cannabis distribution company out of Canada. You can look it up. Legacy spelled just like legacy, right? And we work for a company called IPS, which is the #1 PVC manufacturing company in the world, right? And they bought out all their competition. So their competition was people like ABA, people like Wide Mouth, people like companies that you hear about, Watertight, all of these different companies that made PVC products. IPS bought them out. So now it's Watertight, IPS Corporation, ABA, and IPS Corporation. All of them are owned by IPS, right? And that's who my company Legacy works for. And we consolidate and distribute all their PVC stuff, right? So that's how I make my income. And just to show y'all, I'm finna go get my work badge and shit so y'all can see, because we do like to work off facts here. And I could be just saying this, but I'm finna show y'all I'm not. So let me play the video and go get my badge and everything.
In case there is a racial clash, I'm hoping there isn't, but I'm looking at the climate.
Oh yeah, and these are my safety goggles. I gotta wear these at work. I'm finna show y'all what people with a 9 to 5, what their everyday work supplies look like. Hold on.
I'm looking at the climate, and in looking at the climate, I'm seeing 3 things.
This is my box cutter. This is what we use to cut open boxes when I'm picking different orders.
That has me on edge for the possibility of. Number 1, Pluto is Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated with the Odu Osameji. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellious leader. Astrologically, the universe is calling for a conflict and or should I say a cleansing through conflict. Osameji is the energy pattern we just talked about that brings drama, upheaval, and radical unforeseen transformations.
Okay.
In the political climate of America
sir.
under Donald Trump is ripe.
And these,
we need to get organized.
For everybody who don't know, who's probably from a foreign country or something, these are called earplugs. I operate the forklift, which is like 9,000 pounds of machinery. I operate the forklift to be able to pick pallets and stuff, right? So I told you I was a temp first. And when Trump bought all of the companies started bringing companies back over here from charging tariffs. The company that I work for hired me full time, right? So when I started off as a temp, as y'all can see, that's me with the green ACG hat on. When I started off as a temp, I worked for Randstad, the temping agency that does a lot of hiring here in Memphis, but their contracts are what they call temp to perm. So basically, when you work for this company, their temp company, they get you contracted with the job, right? And what they mean by temp to perm is you're going to start off working for us at this job, at this company, and we're going to pay you every week. But if you pass your probation period and you get 400 work hours with us, this company that we have you working for will hire you full time, right? So you have to basically work for Randstad 4 to 6 months for this company, Legacy or IPS. And then after they've had you under contract and Randstad has gotten paid for you by this company, IPS, then Randstad will allow IPS, the real company, to hire you full time, and you'll no longer be an employee of Randstad. You'll start being an employee of IPS or Legacy. So this badge right here for Randstad is my forklift badge, which that's why it says PIT license, PIT, which is the forklift. And then on the back of it, as you can see, you probably can't see it. It's probably not clear enough, but on the back, it lists every forklift that I'm certified for and that I can drive for, because we have a company called OSHA here in the U.S., and OSHA is a safety company, and they basically tell the company, if you have a forklift driver and they're on a forklift and they don't have a forklift license, OSHA will fine the company $20,000 because that's a safety hazard. I'm probably not even a forklift driver, but I'm on a forklift because the company hasn't put in a policy to where they forklift drivers have to have a license, okay? And this is the company that I work for, right? That's me, Jerry Mitchell, right? And I work for Legacy. This is the cannabis distribution company that I work for. And then on the back, they have like our call-off line, our call-off hotline for if I'm sick or something like that, or I can't make it into work, or I'm coming to work late, I have to call that hotline and report it. Because if I don't, I'll receive points that could get me fired. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that my 9 to 5, my badge, I put this on every day, right? With my safety goggles and my earplugs, and I go into work and I work hard for the money. Yeah, Chappelle did turn into a cultural icon with his show. Yes, we have a couple of people that's in this chat, CBZ, that's from overseas. Okay, everyone that's in the chat and everyone that's part of the family here, out of these 300 people, all of us are not from America. YouTube is a world thing, so YouTube is gonna advertise you around the world, not just to their people here. You sound kind of stupid, Beezy, talking about something that's a worldwide network, the internet of the world. Okay, that's a worldwide network, a worldwide app. You're saying that they don't allow people overseas to be on YouTube and watch us, right? They don't give them opportunities to. YouTube pays people around the world for their. It's not just Americans that have YouTube channels that's monetized. You have people that's overseas whose channel is monetized. Okay? So, like I said, we talk facts here, not what we believe. Facts, man. Facts.
Not to instigate.
Matter of fact, you can go back and look at my YouTube from yesterday. We had a couple of foreigners in here that was talking bad about the chat and about President Trump and about the Carmelo situation. These people, they were in here, and guess what? We got on their ass and told them, yeah, don't say shit about Trump. Yeah, we got on their ass here. Go back and look at it, and you will see them in the comments, and you'll see that their names is in foreign letters, right? They have foreign letters and foreign languages on the end of their profile name. Go see for yourself. Go see for yourself, CBZ. Crazy ass.
Not to attack, but to be...
Everybody in the chat analysts, y'all give it up for CBZ crazy ass. Because his comments still count even though they're misled. YouTube doesn't pay me yet. I'm not monetized yet. I have to get Jalen. I have to get 4,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers. It used to be 1,000 subscribers. It changed sometime. Once it changed to 500, I started shooting live and everything like that. But I have to make it to 500, and I have to have 4,000 watch hours. So even if I make it to 500 and I don't have 500 subscribers and I don't have 4,000 watch hours from them, then I still won't be able to monetize until I get the 4,000 watch hours. When I first had like 165 or 200 subscribers just a little while ago, I only had 42 fucking watch hours. And I was telling my wife, I was like, babe, I'm going to have to start. I know I'm going to be tired, but I'm going to have to start going live every night, because I see people like that's already monetized, like DJ Academics. Shout out to DJ Academics. DJ Academics goes live 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. He has 9 channels monetized, and he goes live on these channels for an hour to 3 hours every time he goes live. So that's why he's monetized. So if I want to be monetized, I told my wife, if I want to be monetized, I have to dedicate part of my schedule every day to YouTube. And now, just today, we got over 300 subscribers when we was trying to make it to 300 today, right? And I have over 1,300 watch hours now, which means me going live for an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours and doing it every single day, being consistent, is what's making the watch hours go up. So yeah, I'm not monetized yet, and YouTube does not pay me yet. I have to put in the work, just like an artist. To become a YouTube partner, I have to put in the work. I have to show YouTube that if they monetize me and they start paying me, that I won't start slacking. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate the chat. Especially the ones that come in here every day. When y'all see me go live, press that live just to watch me and hear what I got to say, and add your comments in and add your chat in. I really appreciate that shit. That shit makes me thankful. So when YouTube monetizes me and put me on, I'm gonna start giving gifts to my chat. Just like my chat comes in and gifts me with their time, sitting here watching me and listening to me. That shows YouTube, hey, yes, he has something interesting to people actually like what he's saying, or people's actually interested in seeing him, or people actually interested in laughing at him every time he goes live. You can pay that guy. and he's gonna keep it consistent. He's gonna always go live for you. Is that watch hours per person? No, it's not watch hours per person. It's watch hours per video, right? Per video. So if I have a group of people in here and I have them watching me 3 hours, right? Now, like it says now, it says 30 people, but my numbers are fluctuating. But out of those 30 people, it's probably 18 people that stand in here the whole 3 hours and watching me consistently and not jumping out of the chat. But some people are jumping in. They might watch me for an hour and they might jump back out, right? So it's not counting those people. It's counting the 16 people that stayed in here with me the whole time my live was going, right? It's counting them as a whole and however many hours they got. So 16 people for 3 hours watch me. Even though I had 10,000 people that watched me for the whole 3 hours, everybody didn't stay in. 16 people did, right? So they would say 16 times 3 because I went live for 3 hours. And whatever that accumulated to, that 16 times 3, that's the watch hours that I got added to my total watch hours from this video. And that's kind of how they do it. So that's why I got 300 subscribers. I got over 90 videos that I've shot, right? That I've shot live. I got over 90 videos that I shot live. So that means I've been doing it for 3 months. 90 videos that I shot live, but I've only gotten up to 1,300 something watch hours. So that's why I stay consistent and constantly shoot live. I have to go live every day because the more I go live, the more that group of 16 people that stay in the whole time, the more it's gonna get in. I mean, the more it's gonna grow. So the next time I shoot live, I might have 20 people that stay in the whole 3 hours and, you know, watch me. But that's how YouTube does it. They don't make it easy for you. They want you to work hard. But if you show them you can be consistent and work hard, dedication, they're gonna monetize you. As soon as you're most likely gonna get your subscribers to where you need them before you get your watch hours, right? So, but they do that so you have enough subscribers, the amount of subscribers you need, which is 500 or 1,000 to monetize. They do that to give you time enough to make sure you have the subscribers along with the watch hours, because once you hit the watch hours, they're gonna monetize.
Ready to defend ourselves. We are living in critical time, and we need to be clear about something too, Loom. We have no allies. The Asians are for you. The Latinos are not for you, not including my Pan-African Latino Africans. They are with us, but most Latinos are not Pan-Africanist Latino Africans. They are anti-Black.
But doesn't that make it difficult when you got to say that Latinos are not for you, but this little part of
it ain't that many of them. And the ones that are,
y'all go get
most
a bag.
of them look just like me. Do you follow me?
Go get y'all a bag of these Skittles from the store. Oh my goodness, they taste so good. It's like a Latino candy, like the spicy mango suckers, but Skittles have 5 different flavors, and they're like the second level of hot. And my wife, she loves that Latino candy, the mango with the like the spice on it, and then you know they have like drinks and fruits with the little spicy seasoning on it and stuff like that. So I love these. But the more you eat them, the hotter they get, really. And I mean, Skittles did good with these ones. These are the only Skittle gummies I like. I like other flavored gummies, but not the Skittle ones because they taste so generic. But these ones, with the spicy seasoning, man, it's the best getting hot candy you can have.
Arabs.
And look, the more I buy them, the more I go back to the stores that I buy them from, and they're fucking like sold out. You know what I'm saying? Because people see me get them. If you see me get these at a store, you don't hear me talk about them. As soon as somebody bring them up, oh, what are these spicy candy? Man, they're the best. I would tell everybody to buy these. You know what I'm saying? And fuck around. I come back to the store and that section is gone. I'm like, fuck. Should have never said that the other day at the register.
East Indians, nobody is for us. This is why I say, when we get seriously organized, no bunny hoppers could be on our team. You see that? You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. Anybody married to a non-African cannot do anything for me. I respect you as a human being. I respect your non-black spouse. I cannot trust you. I cannot unite with you. I cannot organize with you.
Now, I don't agree with that. Because everybody that's not like you, it's not your enemy. And if I wasn't married, I'd marry a white woman. I'd marry a Latino woman, an African woman. They don't have to be like me for me to marry them. They just have to like me. Like I like them, and maybe we can learn to love each other. But that shit right there, now, I can say that he's a racist. I can say that Dr. Umar is a racist, even though the shit that he talks about with black people, yes, he hits the point the right way and all of that type shit. But when he's talking about white people and Latinos, talking about some, if you're black and you're married to a white woman or a white man, or you're married to a Latino, we can't be friends. We can't be cool. Well, then that means you're a racist. Like I said, I got plenty of fucking white friends and I love them like fucking brothers and sisters. I got plenty of Latino friends and they from all different Latino lands. I got a friend from Venezuela. I got 2 friends from Mexico. I got like 2 or 3 friends from Brazil. Like they from different parts. I got 2 friends from Puerto Rico. Like, come on, man. Everybody that's Latino doesn't hate me because this Latino hates black or some shit like that. Every Thai, Chinese, Japanese person is not like Rick Chow and want to shoot a black kid in the back. That's not, you can't take, every white person is not like Jeff Metcalf and say towards black people. I know some white people that just can't bring their self, no matter what, can't bring their self to say anything racist towards black people, and they love black people. So I'm not that type of person that judges these group of people off one person out of their group. It's wrong. So yeah, I don't agree with Dr. Umar on that shit.
This is when interracial marriage loom matters. When you have incidents like, what do you say as a black man with an Asian wife after Rick Chow got acquitted, Loom? What do you say as a black woman with a white husband after?
That's what I say. I say, my wife or my husband is not fucking Rick Chow, so don't you look at him like that. If my wife was white, I'd say, my wife is not Jeff Metcalf. Shit, Jeff Metcalf's ex-wife, Austin's mother, she's not fucking Jeff Metcalf. She's divorced from him. She's not adding in shit. She's not racist. She doesn't even feel the way her husband feels about black people or Carmelo. She's hurt right now. She's only thinking about Austin and his brother who has to live without his twin. Like, she's not racist. Austin's mom's not racist. You haven't heard her say a racist thing. And his dad, Jeff, all the racist shit you've heard him say, I can figure that's why his ex-wife is not with him no more. Austin's mom. That's why she's not with him. because he doesn't watch what the fuck he says. He think he can say anything to anybody, and that would jeopardize the safety of her and her kid's life. Yeah, man. It is crazy how it works. You right about that, CBZ. Everybody, shout out CBZ. He's been commenting his ass off. Shout out Rusty Diggins, my #1 chatter. Shout out Jalen9305. He's #2 in the chat. So that means they're the most active in the chat. So shout out to them. They deserve it. Everybody give them a round of applause. Shout out.
Carmelo Anthony got 35 years. What is that conversation?
You're right, Beezy. There's no point in voting because they're going to put who they want to in the White House anyway. And that's why they hate Trump, because they thought they was going to put Trump in there and he was going to do everything that they wanted him to do. But instead, he started fucking some shit up that they had going for a long time, like how they used Social Security and had like the Nancy Pelosi bitch. She used Social Security and she had over 1,000 people that was over 200 years old receiving, and they wasn't even alive. They was over 200 years old receiving Social Security, and she was robbing Social Security of over $2 billion a year. So what did Trump have to do? Yes, it fucked up Social Security for black people and white people and anyone who's receiving Social Security benefits as a monthly income, right? It fucked it up for them, right? And the only thing that it fucked up is it stopped their Social Security, and they had to go back to Social Security and basically take interviews to make sure that they was real people, to make sure this person that's receiving Social Security is really Jerry Mitchell and he really is unable to work. If they deem you able to work, then your Social Security got cut off forever, because y'all need to get out there and work, because there's people that receive Social Security that can't work, right? There's people that receive Social Security that's old, that's retired. Security is their retirement. So there's people that really need it, and if you don't really need it, then we're gonna take it from you. Just like Nancy Pelosi, them, everybody that was over 200, that shit got stopped, and the Democratic Party hated that Trump came in here and was focused on locking their ass up instead of focused on locking up the citizens and making more money off the citizens. Plus, he wanted to, he's constantly giving away government money to citizens, and the government hated. The government like, nigga, we use the citizens. That's why we charge the citizens taxes. And all this money we done charge them for taxes that we constantly inflate and use for our own living, and for us to be rich and for us to live in these nice ass castles and shit like that. You trying to get the motherfucking money back to the American citizens. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try at you and the American citizens, because you're not listening to us, Trump. We don't want to give the citizens shit. So we're gonna tell the citizens you're racist. We're gonna tell the citizens that you're fucking up their Social Security when we've been robbing their Social Security this whole time. We're going to tell the citizens that they shouldn't believe shit that you say. And guess what? We're going to use media outlets like CNN, shit that Fox News, the shit that the American citizens trust. We're going to use them to bring this message out. And guess what? They're going to believe us. And hopefully we be able to get you out the White House so we can get back in and keep scamming the Americans. Right? That's what's happening. They hate that Trump, they can't use Trump as a puppet. He's going to do what the fuck he wants to do. And you're not, as long as Trump is in the White House, you're not going to be able to get over on the American citizens. What I want to tell American citizens that's poor, don't think he's getting over on you by interrupting some shit, right? He just want every government thing, every government benefit to be audited to make sure that only citizens that need it is getting this. And the Democratic Party isn't using this government fund to manipulate the people to put more money in their pocket. That's why Nancy them mad, y'all. And that's why I say Trump is the best president and the #1 president that we've ever had. He's only been for the people and not against the people.
Conversation like in your bedroom. You see that?
Right.
Nobody dating out the race could be a part of this army.
Do you think these Chud the Builders and these other characters are they?
Anybody dating outside of my race can be a part of this. Can be a part of this movement. Of Blocstarr Analysts, where we analyze. You can be a part of this chat. You can be a part of this family. Any ethnicity, any race. Everyone is welcome here. And guess what? We probably the strongest chat on YouTube. It doesn't matter how small our numbers is to the other chats. We probably the chat that communicate the most with each other. Because like I said, my chat, we don't just communicate. Y'all don't just communicate with me. Y'all communicate with each other. I can see y'all when I'm answering questions and talking and reading people comments and everything. It's not just me commenting on it. Y'all interacting with each other. That shows you that we have a strong connection here, and most likely stronger than any other chat that's on fucking YouTube. I love y'all chat.
They're part of a new economy of races. Like,
I wouldn't say new because it ain't new,
but it feels like they're chasing clout more than really trying to be. Because I even think that
but you got to remember they're allowed to exist.
But see, I think the system disagrees with it on certain levels, right? Because when I see a $1 million bond go to Chud the Builder, it's like, yo, we on the same page, but you doing it wrong. Even if the system wants to be racist and they.
Grand Yak. Now I got to get on your ass, Grand Yak, because you calling Trump a thief in chief. Trump ain't stole shit from America, my nigga, and that's why they can't control him. Let me tell you why they can't control Trump as a puppet in the White House. They had Elon Musk there. Thought they was going to be able to control him. Guess what? Elon Musk got his ass on because he couldn't control Trump. Yeah. They can't control him. He ain't have to steal shit. The reason why he's giving money away is because he's been a billionaire. See, when somebody been had money and you put them in the presidential position, you can't win them off of money. That's why he gives so much money away. I'm defending the billionaire that billionaires don't get along with. That's why he have problems with so many fucking billionaires, because he's the only billionaire that's going to be put in a pool of money and he's going to say, hey, I don't need this money. I'm a billionaire. Give it to the citizens. And the only reason why Soy would be saying that is because you didn't get no stimulus. You didn't get no stimulus from when Trump was first in the White House? The first 4 years that Trump did. If you're in the Soy, are you an American citizen? Because if you are, that means you did get a stimulus. You got two, right? So why is you saying that this billionaire, the first billionaire that's ever been in the White House and gave us something, is trying to come on now? That's why all the other billionaires hate Trump. Yeah, you damn right. I'm defending the bill that needs to be defended. The one that doesn't take from us. That's just like Elon Musk, right? He became the first trillionaire. And I said, I hate him. And they said, why? I said, because he just Jordan Belfort the game. Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, right? How he robbed the investors, right, to live this beautiful life. And then Elon Musk stood in the press conference and told the investors, the billionaires and millionaires that invested $1.7 trillion into his SpaceX company and made him a trillionaire. He said, the first thing he said to start it off with is, man, I don't think this company will be successful. So to you all must be, to my investors, you all must be smoking some good ass crack. And you know what all those rich investors did that was in the crowd that he said, y'all must be smoking some good ass crack? They all said, ha 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 ha. They all laughed, right? And then I went and I made a short and I said, look, SpaceX, it supposedly costs $1 trillion to fly to Mars. At least that's what they tell you. I said, but who is the $1 trillion going to when they fly to Mars, right? I said, it don't take $1 trillion to fly to Mars, but that's what they'll tell you. I said, they most likely didn't even fly to Mars. I said, if you watch Apple TV, they have a space show where they're explaining their first trip to the moon. And their first trip to the moon wasn't actually a trip to the moon. They bought a studio. They bought a old like jet Lear, right? And they bought some airspace land, right? And they had motherfuckers from Hollywood to come out there and build a set that would look like the surface of the moon. And they sat there and they broadcast this shit live on TV in front of Americans, and they made it look like we was on the moon. They was acting and walking like this and all that shit. This is on Apple TV. For All Mankind. That's the show that it's called, For All Mankind. They built a set. So if I can believe that we never went to the moon and it's all a set, like they building sets like in Hollywood and they're acting out like they've been on the moon and all of that shit, I can believe that they'll do the same thing for the Mars shit. I can believe Elon Musk will spend over $1 million building a set to look like Mars, and then he'll take a spaceship, right, at SpaceX, for his SpaceX company. He'll pay NASA to launch a spaceship, right, just to fly the rocket into the air and say, this is our first team going to Mars from SpaceX, right? $1 trillion in his pocket because he already told everybody that it costs $1 trillion to go to Mars. So if he can make the investors believe that this is the first trip to Mars, that's $1 trillion in his pocket. It's worth $2 trillion. So the only thing he have to do is pretend 2 times, took a team of people to Mars, right? Because I told people, don't invest in SpaceX because you can't get that money back. I said, because there's no one on planet Mars that's an alien that we know that when we fly to Mars and make it to Mars, that's gonna say, oh, you guys made a successful trip to our planet Mars. We're finna give you twice that investment back. So the investment don't come back to you. If you invest in SpaceX and when the company dies, all that money is lost. Let the millionaires and the billionaires keep investing into SpaceX, because the millionaires and billionaires that's investing into SpaceX, they invest into so much stuff, and they make good on so many investments that SpaceX is an investment they don't have to make good on, but they do it so it can go down in their family history and say, yeah, we were one of the first families to invest in the first trillionaire Elon Musk SpaceX company. Now when their grandkids or their great-great-grandkids become a motivational speaker and they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to go speak somewhere. That's a part of their introduction, and it draws people closer into them and their family name. What? His great-granddad was one of the first billionaires to invest into the first trillionaire, Elon Musk, SpaceX company, for us in America to be able to fly to Mars. But we never been to Mars. That's the part of the conspiracy, right? So they invested, and then the person that they invest into, the trillionaire now, Elon Musk, all crackheads. Bitch, if I invest $1 million into you and you call me a crackhead, give me my motherfucking money back. Crackhead that, bitch. I'm talking about Elon Musk is so disrespectful. He's so fucking evil. He couldn't control Trump. That's why he's not friends with Trump anymore. He thought that he was going to be able to get Trump to pass this electric bill, which would make his Tesla company billions of dollars when Tesla already made billions of dollars. And Trump said, no, just because you're my friend and you're at the top of the electric game doesn't mean I'm going to push this electric bill for you, which wouldn't do America's economy good. America's economy right now is based off of gas, oil. So you want me to help you, an electric company, take over the industry and get more sales when you get enough sales. Nigga, we billionaires. We don't need the money. We need to be focusing on the American citizens right now. And Elon Musk said, fuck you, dude. We should be focusing on lining our pockets up. Every other president has did it, and Trump said, I don't want to do it that way, nigga. I want to give some of this money to the Americans. Haven't we made enough money? Trump has a Trump Tower damn near in every big city around the world. That's why no matter, and the presidential salary is $500,000 a year. Trump don't need that shit. He probably gives his $500,000 salary a year to his daughter, one of his daughters. You know what I'm saying? For her to become for her to get start her own business, to have something herself, because you know how rich kids are. When their parents are rich, they always want to start their own company. They don't want to live off their parents' name. They want to make their own name. Yeah, you're right. Up in a plane, you can't see all the houses and shit. Like once we hit 3,500 feet, you can't see all these houses and shit. The shit looks like a geographic book, like how the geographic planes look in a book, how this land is green, this land is tan, this land is dark brown, this land is green, this land is light green, with the lines, the rivers and canals and shit and borders is what makes you in a plane in the air. You don't see no houses. You don't see no cars and trucks. You just see the plane, the horizon. All you see is the land. You know what I'm saying? And it looks all nice and neat and clean. But then when you get a little bit closer, start seeing these buildings and shit and bridges and shit.
You want to view black people in a certain way. I still don't see them backing a Chud the Builder. I don't see that.
I do.
Tell me why.
Just like they backed the killer of John F. Kennedy. Just like they backed the killer of Abraham Lincoln.
Why is it no noise about Chud? It feels like people have said he's in jail. That's where he needs to be. The judge is even playing with him. He says, "Yeah, give me $1 million bail."
You're making the assumption that there ain't gonna be a mistrial. You're making the assumption.
Well, I'm dealing with the information we have, right?
Right, but what I'm saying is there's a future to the Chud the Builder trial.
Right.
Just like there's a future to the Carmelo Anthony trial. You follow what I'm saying? We're assuming that Chud has been handled. I don't share
No,
that
I don't assume that he's been handled. I'm saying that they're being clear, if you're asking me, that we don't support that type of.
That's what they telling you. That's the
I'm going by. They're not telling me this. I'm saying let's examine the moves. They tell him, hey yo, there's $1 million bond. He go and get $1 million bond from a crypto casino. They come back and say, never mind the $1 million bond. Bring us 10 people with 100,000.
Give the illusion of justice.
So you think it's delusion? You think they playing?
Game, absolutely. White supremacy is white supremacy, and they gotta have a couple casualties on their side loom to make black people buy into the system. Why is there Oprah Winfrey? Why is there Jay-Z? Why is there Serena Williams? Why is there Kanye? Why is there Tiger Woods? You gotta have some black billionaires so the rest of black people will think poverty is their fault and not yours.
So you think Chud the Builder is gonna beat this case?
I don't know.
Well, you think it's highly possible for Chud the Builder to win the case?
It's possible for him to at some point get acquitted or do a whole lot less time that he could have done, but it's 100% possible that this is all part of a larger chess game. I don't pay attention to the pieces.
And what's
I pay
the game?
attention to the agenda. The agenda is white domination at all costs. Chud the Builder could have been silenced on social media. They allowed him to continue. If what you say is true, why wasn't his account shut down? Why do we even know him? Why was he allowed to stream?
Let me say this. Watch this, y'all. If what I said Trump wasn't true, why was his social medias getting shut down? Why did Twitter stop him from having a Twitter account? It took another billionaire, Elon Musk, who only had an agenda to try to help our government control Trump and get him in line like all the other presidents. It took Elon Musk to buy Twitter and give Trump a Twitter account back. And it's just like this Chud the Builder guy that they talking about. All this racial shit and all these racial slurs and shit. If he wasn't a plant, if he wasn't put here to disturb the mass amounts of people, why didn't they take his saying all that racist ass shit? Why didn't they take his social medias away from him? Because it's a part of, what did he say? Propaganda. Propaganda is a government thing. You always hear me say government propaganda, right? And that's some shit that Trump ain't with. So what did our government do? They got in contact with the owner of Twitter. Hey, shut him down. Now they can't call Elon Musk, even though Elon Musk Trump no more, because he wouldn't push that electric bill for him. Yeah, nigga, just because you my friend don't mean I'm going to push this electric bill for you. Let me ask you this. I bet this is what Trump said to Elon. Let me ask you this, Elon. If I push the electric bill, will it help Americans? The answer was no. So you know what Trump said? No, my nigga, I'm not pushing the bill. I'm not doing it. Yeah, so the government tried to stop him, but see, they can't stop him as long as he sit in the government seat. They can't. And he got black people like me behind him. They definitely
because they wanted him to.
I think so, and you're right, because he had accounts on, he was streaming. But I think they did make it harder for him to stream. And again, like you said, some of that is illusion.
If a black person gets online and speak too politically about anything, they shut you down, bro. This man was threatening life repeatedly. Why didn't they shut him down? Because he's useful for the agenda.
What about what he's doing is supporting or helping their agenda?
Well, three things. Number one, they want to test the temperament of black people. Number two, they want to see black people to act emotionally and in a disorganized state to justify mass elimination. Okay? And number three is good cop, bad cop. One of the ways we're going to try to keep black people under control, make them think there is justice in this country for them. So we'll give them a Chud the Builder and convict him. It doesn't mean anything because Carmelo's still going to jail for 35 years.
I think it's interesting that they asked why Carmelo Anthony, because it really wasn't a knife. It was
It's a multi-tool.
Multi-tool. So he
that any kid can have,
right,
who's ever been in the Boy Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts. We was expected to carry those. We took them to school. It was never a problem until zero tolerance.
But zero tolerance. I was in school for that. But they'll ask the question as to why Carmelo Anthony has a multi-tool, but they won't ask the question why Chud the Builder is strapped at a courthouse. He's strapped at the courthouse.
Because remember, white people have the privilege of always being innocent even when they're guilty.
So how is
See, they
he
have a
strapped
right
at the
to carry a
courthouse?
weapon. Black people don't. That's why Carmelo gets questioned about a multi-tool, a Boy Scout multi-tool, but Chud the Builder can be armed at the courthouse. You're seeing white privilege in front of your face. And here's what I want to make sure we don't do as American Africans. A lot of us are still in denial about racism. I don't know how. After 407 years, black people are still in denial about racism. But I'm going to say this, Loon. We have to make sure we don't become accomplices to the crime of white supremacy. And what I mean, black people have to make sure we don't become accomplices to the crime of white supremacy. Because we have a bad habit, Loon, of gaslighting ourselves. We have a bad habit of gaslighting ourselves into believing the white narrative, into believing white people can be fair and impartial. If you understand the concept of implicit bias, Loon, implicit bias means even if you don't think you are white.
Man, Rusty Diggins with you. Diggins is intelligent as hell. Hey, and that's another show that I watch about us going outer space and shit. The reason why that shit stopped is because when they send people out there, that shit fucks with your brain. Like if the air out there, your brain is not able to breathe right. They got a show, Apple TV, called Constellation. Shout out Rusty Diggins.
White racist, you are white racist. Implicit bias says that you are still operating under racist core beliefs, even if you're not conscious of it. So when they say this trial had nothing to do about race, it assumes what? White people can turn off their racism. Implicit bias, a psychological phenomenon, has been proven to destroy the myth that white people can turn off their racism. Once a racist, always a racist, at all times a racist.
My goodness. Let's deal with the Cyrus Carmack and Rick Childs situation. This is a case that make black people say, wait a minute. In one case, a black boy is punished hard over killing during a confrontation. In another, a black child allegedly accused of water is shot while running away, and the shooter walks. What, in your opinion, happened in this Rick Child case?
The ghost of Latasha Harlins.
Grainy security camera videotape graphically depicts the last few moments of 15-year-old Latasha Harlins' life. Store owner Sunja Du thought 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was going to steal some orange juice.
She had the money in her hand. You can see the money in the videotape. And the suspect grabbed the backpack, and there became a physical altercation over the backpack. And as our victim turned to walk away from the scene, the suspect raised a weapon and shot the victim in the back of the head.
What the fuck? That shit is crazy. They got this shit on camera.
Latasha was an A student, honor roll student. She got money every week for her allowance, so she did not have to steal orange juice.
The store clerk, a Korean woman, is now in jail. The black community is outraged over the killing. The NAACP is demanding the clerk be tried for murder.
Man, that Korean woman standing in court, she got a motherfucking black eye because she's in jail. And the black women that done synced that shit on the news because they done played this on the news. As soon as the 15-year-old girl get her backpack, she don't even grab the orange juice off the counter, right? She grabs the woman trying to pull her backpack. She grabs the woman backpack. She turns away And it looks like the girl don't take nothing but 1 or 2 steps. And this woman shot her in the back of the head. Shot in the back of the head, the little girl fall. I'm sure she was dead as soon as she got shot in the head. She's only 15. You know what I'm saying? She's a kid. She got a small brain. The brain size is small. So trauma to her brain would have a mass effect over her brain because she's still young. The brain is still growing. She's only 15. That's crazy, man.
The court, please read the verdict. Title of court and cause. We, the jury, in the 11th time of action, find YoGotti guilty of voluntary manslaughter in violation of Penal Section 192A.
It is not a time for rhetoric, which serves no purpose other than to fuel the fire. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already burning. It is my opinion that Mrs. Du is not a danger to the community, and that she is not going to reoffend.
She's shooting this woman that shot, and that's the thing. The little girl is black. This woman that shot a 15-year-old little girl in the back of the head, right? Who she said steal some orange juice. The detective said that, the white detective said, you know she wasn't going to steal the orange juice. She didn't have to. She had the money in her hand. Now this white woman who's the judge, she's standing up here and she said, we don't believe that the woman is a danger to the community or that she could harm somebody. You telling me you don't believe that this person can harm somebody and they shot a 15-year-old little girl in the back of the head who wasn't even stealing and tried to say that she was stealing? So you finna release her with manslaughter? No, you charging her with manslaughter, but you're finna release her from jail. That's why you're excusing yourself, excusing her actions, so you can let them know right after you charge her with manslaughter that she won't have to serve any more time. The year that she served already is enough, and she's gonna serve the remainder of the time on papers. It's crazy.
Know a criminal when I see one. I know a person who presents a danger to the community when I see one. When I don't, I treat that person as something other than that.
Got away with murder. I damn sure hope so, that there would be all the hell in the back. Somebody would care. Exactly what it is. Black people once again being unjustly treated by us.
Since we don't pick cotton anymore and cut sugar cane, our lives is not worth anything.
Our digital PDF, Black History Facts You Probably Didn't Learn in School, is full of black stories and facts that aren't usually taught in school. The PDF includes information that is often overlooked in traditional education and history books. The digital PDF can be downloaded and read at your convenience. You don't want to miss out on the chance to uncover the untold black history facts and stories. Click the link in our bio to support BHU.
You'd have had George Bush, justice still ain't changed. You'd have had Barack Obama, justice still ain't changed. You'd have had Trump, number one, Trump, number two, Joe Biden. You'd have had 6 presidents. Still ain't getting no justice. Cyrus goes into the store. They thought he stole some water. He didn't steal no water. He leaves the store. Andy Chow Che Ming, the son, he decides to walk out.
Newport, number one
Then the
brand.
daddy and the mom follow suit. The camera doesn't show us everything, right? So we don't have footage in either one of these cases that we can really see, allegedly. They allege that a 61-year-old Chinese man from Hong Kong chased a 15-year-old black boy 110 yards long. Do you really think a 61-year-old man can chase a black teenager 110 yards and catch up to him?
They saying anything at this point.
I believe Andy Child, the son, was Brother Cyrus Carmack Belton's killer. And I believe the father simply decided to take the rap for his son.
Wow.
And I believe Cyrus was shot, not because he pointed a gun at Andy, but because they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, it's 6 where you
They
at?
could not be outspounded by the little
It's
black boy, so
5
they
here,
decided
Rusty.
to take his life. Remember, according to the pathologist,
5 here.
Cyrus he was shot in the back.
We in Memphis.
Loon!
We in Memphis Central Time. It's 5 here. But they're rusty. That's crazy, man.
How am I posing any threat at all to your safety or that of your son when I'm fleeing away from y'all? My back is to y'all. You shoot me in the back and I'm in a runner's position and I'm going to make it even worse. Alice Child, the wife, guess what she does?
What?
She compromises the crime scene. She picks up both of Cyrus's cell phones and his shoes and takes them back to the gas station. Loon! If this boy pulled out a gun on your son, okay? First of all, if he pulled out the gun, he would have never dropped it. Loon, he got on the hoodie. The gun would go back into the hoodie.
Right.
You follow me? If he ever had that gun in his pointed at one of them, it would have been in.
So was he found with a gun? Did they try to act like he had a gun?
They said a gun fell out of his person while he was running.
Wow.
I'm not even convinced the gun was his. I'm not convinced the gun was not planted. Do you feel me? I'm not convinced of that. Was his fingerprints on the gun? Well, it would have been because it was on his person, right? I don't know if they could time the fingerprints. Do we have any fingerprints from that time? Right? I still have some questions about that gun. But either way, you know, like I know, a brother with a hoodie, the gun going back in the hoodie. The fact that the gun fell to the ground tells you it wasn't in his hand, right? The fact he was shot in the back and in a runner's position tells you he was not posing a threat. They shot him because he was getting away long. And then on top of that, the wife picks up my sneakers and my cell phone. You know why she picked up them cell phones? She wanted to make sure it wasn't recorded. She wanted to make sure Cyrus was not recording as he was running.
It was some nefarious reason.
Of course.
It wasn't.
And she picked up the shoes, Loon, because the shoes would also show you exactly what he was doing at the time he was shot. They cleaned up, and she wasn't charged with no crime. Loon, tampering with a murder scene is a crime.
The murder scene is
Yeah, they will fire a detective. They will fire a police officer if a detective comes and said that that police officer tampered with evidence on the crime scene, because you're not supposed to touch evidence until the detective shows up. The detective is in charge and he needs to see everything like it was, or else he can't, build a case off analyzed assumptions of facts, like what he assumes happened off his analyzation of where everything is sitting, what's on the clothing. If they had his shoes, they could tell everywhere he stood by sampling everything. The forensics, they can take a swab of the store's floor. They can take sand particles or stone particles from the sidewalk that's in the cracks. They can take that, right? They can take the dirt from the ground that he ran on, and then they can compare it to the dirts and sands and chemicals that might be on the bottom of his shoe and see if he was here or there. Just like when they find out what serial killers or a killer did. Like if you kill somebody on the beach and you wearing the shoes that you killed somebody, that you wore when you killed the person on the beach. Just say you kill a person on the beach in California. The sand in California on the beach that the water pushes up, that vibrations of pressure underground makes with the water, right? And you live in New York, right? Or you live, let's say you live in Florida, right? Because we know Florida got nice ass beaches. The same sand that's on that Florida beach is not the same sand that's on that California beach. So if the detective takes your shoes and give it to forensics, and you got sand from the beaches on Florida and sand from the beaches on California where the murder took ass up, because it's not the same sand. You know what I'm saying? It's got different characteristics. It's got different things in it, right? From the ocean, the waters are not the same. The pressures in the waters are not the same.
Evidence, everything, the way the shoes landed, the way the phone landed, if it landed on its side, like
She
all of this.
obstructed the crime scene and wasn't charged with a single crime. And then we find out later, Lou, that Rick Child has a history of violence against black customers at that Shell station. He threw hard enough to know I cannot survive America without a diplomatic relationship with a world power. Where's Black America's diplomatic relationship with an African power? We don't have one. We foundational Black Americans. We American descendants of slaves. I don't even use African. I'm a foundational Black American. And look what you got. Foundational convictions, foundational murders. Any African in America who doesn't recognize the need for us to have a diplomatic, political, public relationship with some African countries is out of his damn mind. The only respect you get in America as a non-white person is based on the country you identified with.
I don't know. Most of Africa has dictators. I don't want to... I'm not... I definitely don't agree with dictating governments. I mean, you're not finna be the richest person on our continent and we can't become rich like you. You're not finna own everything and control everything. No. Government shouldn't have that much power. But you think, Dr. Umar, you think that we should have a relationship with African governments? I don't think so. They dictatorships. I wouldn't want to be under no dictatorship.
There's definitely something to it.
Pan-Africanism or perish. ADOS and FBA means nothing in this Carmack Belton situation. Nothing at all. Where's your relationship with African countries that can stand up and speak out for you? We got one because we too busy trying to convince white people to accept us.
You being who you are, what do you say to black people, black mothers, black fathers who have black children?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is if you're raising a black boy, you need to be very careful about the school district you send them to. And you need to be very careful about the county you living in. Because as you know, Loon, when we make a little bit of money, the first thing we do is what? Black flight to the white suburb. Black flight to the white suburb. And then what we say is, well, my son is an athlete. He's not going to have a hard time. Carmelo Anthony was captain of the football team, and I think he was captain of the track or the basketball team. But guess what? Look at the situation that he found himself in. And did him being a captain of his sports teams matter? Loon, did you see his football team stand up for him? No. Did you see?
That's what I said. I said Carmelo Anthony, like his parents were well off. I said he went to private schooling, and I said he was an academic scholar. I said, but the school never stood up for him. He played sports. I said his football coach and his track coaches and them folks never stood up for him. And that just made me believe that they was probably white, right? And if they have any white parents don't agree, or basically it's racist, right? Then that coach, he would get a whole lot of kickback from the racist parents. He'd probably get death threats for standing up for the black boy on the team that killed a white kid, right? He, yeah, they probably lose their job with the school because those type of parents would have a lot of shit to say, and I think they would go overboard because of their racist agendas. Doesn't mean that their kid is racist, you know, because I've seen a lot of situations their parents grew up in racism days. So, I mean, I don't always fault racist people for their decisions because I feel like parents are responsible of what their kids do and how their kids think. A kid soaks up things like a sponge, and if that's what you knew since you was a kid, then that's what you're gonna mostly, not saying you can't change, but that's what you're gonna mostly portray in your personality and your reality as an adult. So, you know, some things I have to look at people's situations, not just how they live as an adult or how they lived as an adult, but how they were raised by their parents. You know what I'm saying? And I say, really, I'd say people still have no excuse because I wasn't raised by my mother. Yeah, I wasn't raised by my mother. She served 15 years incarcerated for killing a man who she was in a relationship with. My stepdad, my big brothers and big sisters' dad. You know, so my grandma raised me. My grandma was my mother. I didn't have my father around, but does that make me not want to be a father? No. Does that make me not want to marry and have my 3 kids have their mother and their dad in their life? No. It didn't make me out to be the person that my mother was or that my father that was never there was. It made me strong like my grandmother and like her husband, my granddad, right? And then I had my auntie there. My auntie, she has always been successful. No matter what her brothers, my 5 uncles, no matter what her brothers did through life, the mistakes they made through life, being in gangs, being dope boys, being on drugs, no matter what the fuck they did. And my auntie was the youngest. No matter what her big brothers and shit did, right? She always succeeded in life. And she helped my grandma raise me and my 4 brothers and sisters and my 2 cousins from California. Shout out to Rusty. They from California. They from San Bernardino, the Valley. Shout out to my Uncle Damien out there in Compton, right? She didn't care what the fuck they did. She remained successful, her and her husband. And they had some multiple big ass houses. One of my auntie's first houses in the suburbs was in Steven Seagal lives here in Memphis too, right? Notorious actor and film writer. All his movies, he wrote them, right? So he has a horse ranch out here over in the Mount Pisgah area, right? Off Mount Pisgah Road. My auntie and uncle, second big was in the suburbs, and it was a 7-bedroom house with a laundry room extra, a mother-in-law wing extra, a full library with the bookshelves built in the wall in the room. That's how you knew it was a library. It was made to be a library. A sunroom, 3-car garage, too many parking lots alongside of the driveway. They were like 0.5 miles, fucking like a half a mile fucking long. It's a mile from the street to their house, because you take a half a mile road up to the neighborhood. The neighborhood is surrounded by a forest of trees. It's 4 houses in the neighborhood. When you make it to the neighborhood, all 4 of their driveways connect at the top of the 0.5 mile driveway, and then they split off and they go to each one of the houses. Another half a mile is their driveway. Every house has 3 to 4 acres of land, and they are massive size. So growing up, being raised by my grandma and being able to see someone like my auntie succeed in life, and to bring me around her kids and allow me to spend the summers and stuff and see actual success. I didn't want to be like my mom, living in the hood. I didn't want to be in those type of situations. I wanted to be like my grandma, her husband, my auntie and her husband, my Uncle Big Gerald. I wanted to be like them. And now, since I had kids and been married, I actually live like them in the suburbs. In the suburbs, unlike my big brothers and big sister, they have super criminal records. I've done some things that led me to be in the jail, but it was never criminal. It was more like traffic citations, driving with no license, shit like that, small shit that doesn't really matter. But yeah, my big brother and big sister, they stay in the hood. They want to be in the hood. I don't want to be in the hood, so I work hard to get up out of the hood in a better life for my kids. And of course, I want my son to have the best education, but I'm going to teach him how to react to things and how not to let his emotions take over, because his emotions can get him put in a bad situation. It can get him put in a Carmelo situation. I didn't say that Austin was the only one that was prideful in this situation. Austin and Carmelo both were very prideful kids. Like Umar just said, that Carmelo was his football team captain and the track team captain, right? Austin was his football team captain. So both of them were jocks, and both of them were cocky. It's just Austin's team was bigger than Carmelo's team. You know what I'm saying? His weight was bigger than him. His brother weight was bigger than him. He was one of those slim guys. And I thought that, at first, I thought that might be a wide receiver or something. But he was actually the football quarterback just like Austin was. That's crazy.
See his basketball team stand up for him? No. Did you see his track team stand up for him? No. So you moving out into a white suburb with your black athlete son, thinking him being an athlete is enough to save him? It's not. This does not mean Carmelo's mother and father were at fault for where they lived. I want to be clear. I'm simply saying, going home, if you're raising a black boy, you need to be very careful as to where you raise them and the school you send them to, because what did I tell you before in the previous conversation we had? When you are a black male, you are not given the benefit of a childhood. You will be judged as a man if you 5, if you 15, or if you 25. South Carolina, Rick Charles, Cyrus Belton, right? What happened in South Carolina back in 1944? Same state. Wasn't there a black little boy by the name of George Steiny, 14 years old, who was the youngest American ever to be executed? They fried him in an electric chair. Loon, this little skinny 14-year-old black boy was accused of unlighting or sexually abusing 2 snow bunnies.
And got electric chair.
He got the electric chair at 14 in South Carolina. The youngest person in America to die by electrocution was a 14-year-old black boy, George Steiny, 1944. And guess what, Loon? They just finally overturned his conviction in 2014.
He was 14 years old when America executed him for a crime he didn't commit. It's 1944. Alcolu, South Carolina. 2 white girls found murdered, 7 and 11 years old. Police arrest George Stinney, a 14-year-old black boy. Why him? He told them he saw the girls that day walking past his house. That's it. That's the evidence. No physical proof, no witnesses, no weapon found. Just a black teenager who admitted seeing white girls. They hold him in jail for 81 days. No parents allowed, no lawyer. Police claim he confessed. No recording, no written statement, no proof it happened. April 24th, 1944. The trial. It lasts 2 hours. Total. George has no
Trial lasts 2 hours. Total. First thing I said about Carmelo Anthony trial. It was fast. Which lets you know the decision was already made. Deliberations don't be for hours. They be for days. This is the fastest deliberation I've ever seen, but we obviously see that there's one faster. Yeah, it's a deliberation that's faster than the one that we seen with Carmelo Anthony. This little black boy. Back in 1944. His job was for 2 hours, his trial. Came up with a guilty verdict. He's 14 years old, the youngest person in America to ever be put to death by the electric chair. His skin color, black.
lawyer until that morning. His lawyer says nothing in his defense. The jury, all white men.
That's Carmelo Anthony lawyer. He says nothing in his defense. Nothing in his, it's no way that out of $700,000 you could receive a $400,000 retainer and lose a case. I never even heard it. People that charge retainers that high, they don't lose cases. Brian Steele, Young Thug's lawyer, never saw him lose a case. Yep. That was the Rodney King case, Rusty. That's crazy.
They deliberate for 10 minutes. Guilty. Death penalty. George is 5'1", weighs 95 pounds, looks even younger than 14. June 16th, 1944. Execution day. They walk George the electric chair. He's carrying a Bible his mother gave. The hair doesn't fit him. He's too small. The mask doesn't fit his small face. During the execution, witnesses see his eyes. He's asked for last words. He says nothing. Some say he was too terrified to speak. They execute him, 14 years old. His family is forced to leave town immediately after. The case is closed. Forgotten.
Carmelo Anthony, they gave him life. His family was forced to leave town. His mom and dad, because the white boy was driving around looking for their damn red truck so they could know where they stay at. This shit crazy, man. You can hear a lot of parts in this man's story, in this young 14-year-old kid's story from 1944. You can hear a lot of parts in his story that's similar to Carmelo Anthony's story. That's crazy.
70 years pass. 2014. A judge finally reviews the case. No evidence, no fair trial, no real confession, just racism and speed. The conviction is vacated. George Stinney officially declared innocent. 70 years too late. He's been
70 years later. A judge reviewed the case, found out they had no physical evidence. He didn't confess. No written confession. No lawyer. Just a prosecutor and an all-white jury. And all the jurors weren't just white, they was white men. He dead now. Shit, he was dead in 1944. They gave him the chair. The electric chair. And 70 years after he done died, y'all finally reviewed the case and overturned the verdict. It doesn't matter. His family already lost him 70 years ago. His parents lost their son 70 years ago. They probably didn't even have no more kids. He probably ain't even got no family from his parents having more kids. He probably ain't even got no family, no great-grandkids, no grandkids. Nobody that can relate to him now, because after he got taken from his parents, I'm sure they didn't have no more kids, so nobody else was here to carry on their legacy. Man, them Kool-Aid pineapples, that shit is horrible. Folks going viral off this shit. That shit is horrible. My wife asked me why I didn't want to try the Kool-Aid pineapples. I said, you know how much dies in the Kool-Aid pack? That's why it's a thing from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the cheapest juice in the store. So, being unfortunate, we drunk that shit all the times. It was the best thing to us as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It was cheaper for my grandma to buy Kool-Aid packs, because she was also raising 8 kids, right? 8 of her grandkids. It was cheaper for her to buy, I'd say, 50 Kool-Aid packs, because back in that day, you get 10 for $1. So Kool-Aid was 10 cents a pack when I was a kid. Now that shit, I think it's 2 for $1 or some shit like that. In some places, it's $1 a pack, right? Kool-Aid was 10 cents a pack, so you get 10 for $10. And I'm talking about the Kool-Aid brand with the picture Mr. Kool-Aid on the front. She bought 50 to 100 packs of those, right? So spend $5 to $10 for 50 to 100 packs of Kool-Aid, and then she spent $25 or $20 on a 25-pound bag of sugar, one of the big-ass bags. And we drinking Kool-Aid all month. And on holidays, she would buy the Coca-Cola, like the 12 packs of Coca-Cola, stores like Kroger's and Walmart. When I was growing up, they used to have sales like 5 cases of Coca-Colas, 5 cases of Coca-Cola for $10. Now, 1 case of Coca-Cola, goddamn it, costs $10. The 12 pack, $9.99. Nigga, we used to get 5 cases, 12 packs of Coca-Cola products in grocery stores for $10 on sale. Like they had a 5 cases for $10 or 5 cases for $12.99, some shit like that. That shit crazy. And every day, I mean, every year the cost of living goes up. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Yeah, Kool-Aid stains everything. And see that challenge that you're right, Jay. That challenge is yes, BZ, the ADHD guy, that hyper shit. It is because it's going viral. It's at a poison level. They take one pack of Kool-Aid. That's how the Kool-Aid is able to dye the pineapples. If you put some pineapples, if you make a gallon of Kool-Aid and put some yellow pineapples in a green gallon of Kool-Aid, no, you pour you a glass of that gallon green Kool-Aid into you a cup and you put some pineapples off up in it. Them pineapples not gonna change colors. But if you put an amount of Kool-Aid that's made to make a gallon, if you put it into a 32 ounce cup or a 28 ounce cup, and you make a gallon worth of Kool-Aid only 38 ounce size, the dye is more powerful. So when you drop Kool-Aid in a dye substance that's supposed to make a gallon of juice that has only made 32 ounces or 48 ounces of juice, man, you're gonna, of course, now you coloring your insides. And then you got people coming to people. It's people with that shit in the ice chest. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on TV, on social media. Watch this, and they call them folks influencers. And you got the biggest influencers, motherfuckers like Casanet. People call him Casanet. It's Casanet, right? Casanet. Right? His parents tried to be fancy when they named him. Okay. Casanet. Young black dude with the dreads that has the Streamers University. All my friends was like, man, you going to the Streamers University? I said, hell no. I'm going to watch the Streamers University from afar for my chat. I don't stream for his university. And I said, it's going to be, every event to be crowded to the point where motherfuckers hoping for a way in, but the only people that's getting in is streamers that's already famous. Like everybody that you're interviewing on Streamers University is none of the people that we don't know. It's niggas that's already streamers, and you're allowing them to skip the line. Those niggas can pull up and just go straight into the building when he was in New York. But you got young girls and young boys of all different colors sitting out here outside waiting to get in, being pushed, being squares, folks going to the hospital. But you ain't even worried about the younger people that really deserve to get into Streamers University. You only worried about views. That's why you doing these events like this. You worried about views. And you invite nothing but the famous streamers inside. They the ones who getting the interviews from you. We know these folks. We know Ben the Don. He's from Memphis. The comedian that be with Drake. That Drake called his twin. We know these people. You invite nothing but people like him into that motherfucker. I'm just like, come on, man. This man. And you're accumulating so many streams. And then they're accumulating so many streams because you allowed them to use the footage from the interview. But we got no regular people, and I thought that's who you was trying to get a chance to. Right? But he influences a lot of the young people. So what does he do as soon as the Kool-Aid pineapples go viral? He know the shit poison. So, but he got to try it. They need him. Facebook them. They calling them. They like, we need you to do it, Kai. Oh yeah, we just talked. Yeah, we just talked to the Biden's administration and Trump administration ain't with it. But they just called us and said, look, they need us to get you to go try the Kool-Aid pineapples. And we know it's poison, but you don't have to try a lot of it. Just bite it and make it look like it's good. So this nigga get the pineapple jar. It look like they put the shit in a pickle jar. He get it, he open it up. It's green Kool-Aid, the pineapple green in the motherfucker. He take the smallest bite off the edge. It's like, they like, yeah, what they like? He like, yeah, it's the shit. Well, and I'm sitting there at the computer screen like, yeah, take another bite if it's the shit. He never took another bite. I'm like, no, come on. If it's the shit, man, you finna eat that whole slice of pineapple like you got everybody else doing. Yeah, we finna break this shit down. This Scammers University. Yeah, Scammers University. That's what it is. You right, Jay. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, this nigga right here. And I'm like, and I'm talking about everybody talking about it. Even the young folks at my job, at the warehouse. Know that I'm streaming on YouTube. So soon as I come in that day, I don't even know about it. But all of them coming to me. Yeah, what's up with it, big bro? I'm like, shit, man. Man, we got 1,000 views last night on the video. They're like, oh, you going to Screamers University? I said, what? They like the young dude Cassinet. I said, who? They said Cassinet. I said, oh, you mean Cassinet. That's how you say his name. That's one word. He just spaced it out for an industry name. You're talking about Cassinet. Stop saying Cassinet. It's Cassinet. You sound, it makes the young folks sound dumb and stupid because they putting a space in between the words like he has it on his profile. Nah, that nigga named Cassinet. And don't let them separate the name to have you sounding stupid. Just say it all together. Cassinet. Because if you say it separate like Cassinet, you sound slow. I sounded slow just saying it. If people hear you say it that's intelligent and they don't know him, they're gonna know that you're saying Cassinet, but they're gonna think that you don't know how to pronounce it all together, so you stutter when you say it. Come on, y'all. This the young dude that goes viral from trying on what's the other dude? I can't even remember his name. Young dude wear the glasses, big boogie, Corey. The Corey young dude. Yeah, these young niggas go viral from trying on their girlfriend panties. And then they got the young thugs trying on their girlfriend panties, and then they end up in jail, and they draws become another inmate's girlfriend panties. This is crazy. We just telling the truth. Y'all like videos, subscribe to the channel.
Dead since 1944. Executed at 14 for a crime he didn't commit.
What year was this?
1944.
They play in our face, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something else.
They play in our face, man.
Why are we not boycotting Shell gas station?
Why should we boycott Shell?
Rick Child was the owner of a Shell gas station. Or were they the employees? Either way, owner or the employee, we need to boycott Shell.
And I think you're making franchise those.
Yeah, but it's still Shell is giving you, right, franchise owner of a Shell.
Right.
We need to be boycotting Shell. Because Shell gas station has not spoken up for Cyrus Carmack Belton. Shell gas station hasn't done anything for the family, to my knowledge. Boycott Shell gas. Not just the Asians, which we need to, and I'm glad we're doing that. Boycott Shell gas station too.
So what do you think about
Yeah, This shit crazy. We shouldn't boycott Shell. We shouldn't boycott the Asians. They not all the same. And can't nobody make me believe it. Now, if I figure them out to be all the same, then, yeah, I don't have no disagreement with you on boycotting them, but I still won't join in. Why? So I can lose my life? No. Or endanger my life or my family's life? No. I'm just going to live life, right? And I'm going to bring all this shit back to the chat. You know what I'm saying? But, man, y'all know what this is. This is Blocstarr Imis Analytics. Y'all know what we just did. We just analyzed the fuck out of this shit. I love you, chat. Thank you, chat. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel to become a part of the family. Listen, man, you've been just chilling with yours truly. It's Blocstarr Imis, all the way from Memphis. Don't you forget me. Yeah. I'm out of here.